This is really the fighter and the kid.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Let's fucking go, Chin.
Let's go.
Let's do it, Bryan, Callen.
That's right. We got A.G. Gregoroff from
Toehold, man. You forget the brand?
Founder of Toehold.
Creator.
Hey, guys.
Maniac. Professional diver.
Does a lot of things. Those sandals, I assumed you'd come correct with the sandals.
Always.
Yeah, the AG cracks me out because he's always the guy who knows, like, if you want to get into sharks, if you want to get into diving, if you want to get into like how you can drown, if you want to get into weird shit like that, he knows everything. He's like your brother. Like he knows, he goes to the nth degree. Like my sister's thinking about getting a Belgian Malinois, and he goes, "That's a terrible idea." And he went through all the reasons. I'm like, "Oh, you know about dogs."
Yeah, your sister in Hollywood should not have a Belgian Malinois in her house.
Yeah.
Well, what do they have right now?
They have a bull mastiff, but he's old.
He's cool.
They just put him down. And a pit bull. Yeah. Problem with mastiffs is I just don't. They're too big, and I don't.
They're too big. They have hip dysplasia.
I can't predict. I don't like any dog that's unpredictable and it's that powerful. I just don't like it personally. As you get older, you got kids. You never know.
But all their kids are older.
Yeah. Yeah.
The psychology you have to manage a dog like that, most people don't have, especially if you live in Hollywood.
That's a working dog. It's like a race car.
If you have
You gotta
kids,
be an alpha, though, right?
You gotta know dogs. They're working dogs.
You better have amazing kids. If your kids suck, that dog's gonna suck. Like, you have to be really good at teaching and training, discipline, control, setting clear boundaries. That dog will kill you.
But it's also a light switch. So if you have friends come over and they're wrestling, that dog hits that kid.
Mm-hmm.
If some guy comes on, he's like looking around, he's a gas guy.
That's why I didn't get a Cane Corso. Like, it's my favorite dog ever. I used to have one, and then it's like, with me, I'm fine, but with the kids, it's like, if this thing, he won't look at him. He's freaking harmless. But if he decided to freak out, if Billy, who's one's like yanking his bone, he bites her. It sucks. It's not gonna rip her face off. Cane Corso does it. You're talking about a different.
It's over.
Medical bill.
It's over.
Yeah.
No,
and then I gotta kill him. Yeah.
My cousin's a cop, and he says when they're like in a situation, all the cops are stacked in a hallway. They got a guy, behind a door. He won't come out. And that canine comes down the hallway to be cut loose. Yeah. He's like, that dog's biting all of us on its way in. Like, he's snapping and biting. He's like, we're pulling our asses in. And you get bit all the time by those things.
Fuck that.
All the time.
They're just like,
here we go, boys. Oh, fuck.
Damn it.
Go. Ow, get him.
Yeah. Well, I've seen footage I'm not even supposed to see. I saw a SWAT guy who had his dog, and this dude was on PCP. He was like 6'4", huge guy. Like
fighting the dog?
Well, he was fighting two cops, and they couldn't handle him. And they let this German Shepherd go. And that dog, in the middle of his PCP freak out, grabbed his huge arm. His arm's like your size. Grabbed his arm.
Disabled it.
And the guy looks down like that and just goes, the fuck? And starts trying to hit it. And then the dog switches on the other arm. And the guy just goes, oh. And this arm goes limp. I go, why isn't he doing it? He goes, because he shut that arm down. Because all the nerves went dead.
Wow.
He severed it all. Just bit through, and all of a sudden...
You're so screwed.
You can't do anything.
But even post, like the surgery, the nerve damage.
Bro, it's awful. It's awful. It's one of the reasons they don't use those giant mastiffs, because their mouths are so big. If they bite, you can't pull them off either.
It's game over.
A shepherd bites plenty hard enough to basically crush your bones.
Where were you this weekend?
I was in Schaumburg. Great crowds.
Chicago's really good. Yeah, I saw the crowd. That's good.
Yeah, it was really cool. Schaumburg. Hung out with Bilal Muhammad, who came to the show.
That's my boy.
So awesome. Love him.
How's he doing?
Good.
Is he bummed? Clearly, he's supposed to fight next Saturday.
Yeah.
The UFC was at 310.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
At 310.
He's a thickie.
Oh, yeah.
I looked at his ass and legs. I was like, dude, if you were a girl, I'd be very attracted to you.
You will, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got legs and ass for days. He's big boy right now.
He has to be a little bummed that Schaub's fighting Ian Gary now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or maybe it's he gets a chance to study the guy more. Yay or nay?
Yeah. Schaub's toughest challenge for sure.
Yeah. How do you see that fight going, Schaubkat and Ian Machado Gary?
It's tough to pick against Schaubkat, but if anyone's going to do it to me, Ian Gary. If Ian Gary wins, though, it's not an exciting fight. He stays on the outside, keeps on the outside, and you get...
Yeah.
And do we know, is that 5 rounds, Chen? Does it say?
No,
it's a co-main event. That should be 5 rounds.
They usually run 5 on coast.
That magnitude of a fight to determine who's going to get the shot at the belt, it should be 5 or 3.
We did a little. We're both a little hungover. Did a little drinking with Eddie Bravo last night.
That's what
at Via Veneto. And that was interesting. We had some good conversations.
You guys were drinking? What you were probably drinking whiskey, or are you drinking wine?
So
like this game?
I usually drink tequila on the rocks, like a nice añejo.
Yeah.
But we went to some bar beforehand, and these middies were buying us shots. What were the Jello shots? They were fucking.
Well, it was
You were having shots?
I had some shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
That's not like me. Yeah, well,
your face looks a little puffy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we had a very pretty young lady who is named Breezy Fox, who came over and had seen me on Pillow Talk, that podcast. So we were talking to her and her two friends who were very sweet, and they bought us, me and my wife, some shots. We did some of those. I couldn't say no. I'm old.
Hey, you're too old. All this, you're too old for that.
Well, no, but when a young woman comes up and says, "I'm a fan," and they're very pretty. I'm basically, I'll take any fucking compliment. Like if a young girl's like, I'm such a fan, and she looks that beautiful, I'm like, oh, thank you very much.
You'll take the shots?
Yeah, I'll do whatever. I'm just so flattered, So
I get it.
Those pictures aren't doing her justice.
Yeah, she's
gorgeous.
She's a very pretty
gorgeous.
girl.
Yeah. Very cool. Very nice.
And how late were you guys? How late were you boys out?
Well, then we went from there after the Eagles game. We went to eat at Via Veneto.
And hold on.
And this homeboy goes crazy. He goes hog wild.
You drove from Manhattan to Venice?
Yeah, that's right.
Tesla drove.
Yeah, Tesla
We just hung out.
Yeah, you Tesla.
Well, we were talking, hanging, and then he goes hog wild. He'll get the T-bone. That steak is
The best steak in the world.
I think it's the best steak in the world.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Living in Las Vegas, they have the best steakhouses ever.
Yeah.
Via Veneto, the last steak I had there, which was the tomahawk, best steak in the world. I got the T-bone this time, which I don't even like, was even better.
It was.
The best steak in the world. No one's even close.
Right now.
Eddie Bravo kept saying, "This is the best spaghetti I've ever had in my life." At the top of his line, he goes, "Is there baby blood in this? You put baby blood? This is the best spaghetti." He was
Eddie's
freaking
yelling
out.
baby blood in the restaurant.
Yeah.
That's Eddie.
That's Eddie. The best.
And did Eddie just had spaghetti?
Yeah, because
spaghetti.
Eddie's not an
Very
adventurous,
Eddie.
not an
Very Eddie
adventurous
Bravo,
eater.
yeah.
Yeah. He's like, nah,
the best.
I'm not. I go, I'll get meatballs, spaghetti. I'm like, but we got a lot
Eddie
of-
eats like a toddler.
Callen's trying to get him ravioli and all these
No.
sauces.
He liked the butter and
the-
sage ravioli.
And the
Truffles
lobster.
and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He's
He's like,
like,
I don't know what that
Eddie
stuff is.
eats like my kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Basic.
Yes.
Doesn't trust it.
No, but Eddie is such a unique.
He's the
human
best.
being.
He's
Yeah, the best.
He's such a unique.
One of one.
We almost got Sam out last night too. Sam was so close to coming out.
Yeah, I almost got Sam Tripoli
Holy
out.
fuck. After midnight, Sam and Eddie turned to gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie is
We
such
went
a
deep on the
good person.
conspiracies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep.
In front of this guy?
Well, he was talking about Freemason stuff, and Eddie had the wrong idea of who the Freemasons are. But Freemason is the oldest. It's the oldest organization I think in America.
Oldest
right?
fraternity in the world, and it dates back to before the cross, the Star of David, all that sort
Really?
of stuff. Yeah, way back by to King Solomon's temple.
Wow.
And Freemason, do you have to rush for it like other fraternities?
Yeah,
or-
all fraternities are built off of kind of Freemasonry. So you'll never get recruited. You have to seek it out.
Oh, man, I was hoping they'd DM me. or
Nah,
something.
you got to go yourself. And then it's really just a slow process of just getting to know the guys. And the best way to formulate it is it's a lot like the mob. Old Italian guy sitting at a coffee table in the morning, drinking coffee. You walk in, you're like, hey, I'm a new guy. They'll be like, sit over there. And you just sit there for months.
Oh, wow.
For months. And like
Very
maybe
Fight Club-ish. You're just
maybe
sitting out
after
front.
a few months, one guy will be like, where are you from? Good. And they'll just ignore you for another 2 months.
Wow.
It's super slow.
Really?
Now,
Super
what's the
slow.
benefits of being in this club?
So the real
Preach.
the real thing is they take good men and make them great. Like that's the philosophy. And you got to remember this organization is as old as time. So all the history lessons throughout the world have always been kept, they call it like in the breast, like tied to the chest in Freemasonry. And then you'll share things that happen, wrongdoings,
it
things
down.
like that. And Freemason get a lot of bad press because we're at war with the Vatican.
Oh, yeah.
So the Vatican, devil
propaganda,
worshippers and all that sort of stuff. But really, Freemasonry is the hub of all conspiracies.
Whoa.
So when you get, and they always say Freemasons are running shit. Freemasons are the ones like, hey, motherfucker, that's not real. Here's the historical proof. That didn't happen. This didn't take
Who's
place.
famous alumni? Of
There's some
Freemason?
presidents.
Everybody, George Washington, all the way down.
I pulled some up here. We
Everybody.
have George Washington, Clark Gable, Jesse Jackson, Buzz Aldrin,
John Wayne, like let's keep going
General
on.
Ford, Ben Franklin,
Damn.
Davy Crockett,
Damn.
Benny Franklin?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, real American royalty.
Don Rickles.
Mayor Oscar
Rickles.
Goodman, the mayor of Las Vegas. His wife's now mayor.
Yeah,
he was John Gotti's attorney.
Yeah.
wow.
So when you're in there, you've got connections. Like you've got
There's a good
large
network.
backing.
Oh, I want in.
Yeah, you got a large
So the
backing.
big-
But I have to sit around for months, or is there like is
Yeah.
there like a fast pass? No.
It's not.
Hey,
Yeah.
you sit around. You sit right there.
You sit around.
Keep your voice down, and we'll call on you when you're ready. All right.
They're like, we were gonna let him in, but he's drank 17 Diet Cokes in a day. It's just
a
not
lot
what
of
we
like
do.
La Costa Nostra, that sort of stuff.
Cosa
The
Nostra,
government, like the
Secret Service, all that
the
shit.
legal system is all based off of Freemasonry. It's all
Interesting.
tenets that was created hundreds.
And
if
what
not
got you
thousands.
into it? You had a
I
buddy?
seen a fucking documentary on the same ones you guys all see on History Channel. Like, who the fuck are these guys? This is
Yeah.
crazy. Like, are they really running the world? So you could Google, if you're get your phone, just Google Masonic Lodge, and they'll just pop up anywhere. They're not secretive.
No, I saw one the
They're
other
all over the
day.
place.
Where was I? It was behind something. I was like, I wonder if I just walked in there, what would happen?
Nothing. You would get greeted. Like if the guys were there, you get greeted. You can come into our lodge and learn everything about Freemasonry. The only thing you won't learn is our handshakes on how we greet each other.
Yeah, you can't be just showing that to anybody.
Because it really signifies your rank, right? Like if you were a black belt, we could talk back and forth and be like, oh, so-and-so. We just determine, oh, yeah, the guy's been around, right?
Yeah.
Or you can have a secret black belt handshake that's like, okay, this guy has been exposed to,
He knows the deal.
And then in addition,
want
you
it.
could be a guy who's been kicked out of Freemasonry. He could be in bad standing. So you have to have an annual dues card every year saying that you're in good standing from the Grand Lodge of your particular state.
And how many members are part of this?
I think there's about 4 million around the world.
Okay, that's big.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's take a little break, guys.
Can we
If
take a
you-
break,
yeah.
dude?
And if you like comedy this weekend, Wise Guys, Salt Lake City. I'm there Friday, Saturday. Then I got my Goobies Joke House the following Friday, Saturday, December 6th and 7th. So come get some. Can I talk about Huckberry?
Oh, dude, you talking about Huckberry, the one-stop men's shop made for active, stylish, adventurous guys like
Yep.
us?
Yep.
Millions of dudes trust them for discovering and shopping highly curated products from the world's coolest emerging and heritage brands. Huckberry prides themselves on being the go-to source for discovering the world's best quality apparel, footwear,
Yep.
content, and gear.
Yep.
All you got to do is go to Huckberry.
Look, Cyber Week is coming. Okay, how about that?
.com/fighter, huckberry.com/fighter.
Yep. Look, there are 3 new batches of deals that drop throughout the week in this Cyber Week. So keep checking in, okay? These are the deepest discounts of the year spread across the most products and categories.
And once those deals are gone, they're gone for good.
Yep,
All right.
yep.
And you get 40% off. All right. So go to huckberry.com/fighter. So tell me I have a chance.
And were you guys the ones to expose the Catholic Church for
All the sex
pedophilia?
crime stuff, like we've exposed them multiple times, the banking system, a lot of the corruption that you like see in the world. I mean, all the way back to like the kings of England and stuff.
Yeah.
America was founded on Freemasonry. They were able to infiltrate like the kings and determine what they were doing and like the evilness, and then the Vatican. And we came to America and created this brand new country. So when these shows talk about, well, Washington's built around Freemasonry, no fucking shit, bro.
yeah.
And the Egyptians were built around fucking Egypt. Like,
Yeah.
And
Captain fucking obvious.
is there the negative thing to being in
a
Freemasonry?
lot of bad press. A lot of bad press.
from the mainstream.
Yeah,
which
because
we
people don't
is-
know. People don't know.
Yeah.
Like you'll get guys that'll talk about the Illuminati. The Illuminati were aristocratic slave owners from like the 1700s. So when you see like a black dude who's like a rapper and he said he's in the Illuminati, that's like saying you were in the Confederate Army.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you're saying. You're so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But real Freemasonry is, it's cool, but it has to be something you have to want to do. A lot of guys from World War II, everybody was in it. And then the Vietnam generation, they're like the kids didn't want to do what their dads did, so they all rebelled. And a lot of guys from that generation,
Hell's Angels? Is that when they went to
Hell's
like, biker
Angels
gangs
came
and
from
stuff?
around that same time. Yeah,
Are there any Hell's Angels in?
no,
You can't do both. Come on.
You can't do both.
You can't double
Yeah.
dip.
Yeah,
Pick
can't
a
double
side.
But you can have been to jail.
technically no.
Really?
Yeah. So my stuff, my record has
still in,
all
dude.
been
Keep going.
has all been removed because it was a faulty arrest.
Oh, really?
So the jail time I did, the felonies I had were all dismissed. If you run me, I have a 0 record.
How long were you in
2 years.
2 years?
I turned 19 and 20 in jail.
Oh, you're young.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's why you know so much about that stuff.
And you were you in the Freemasonry before?
No, I've been in about 10 years. So this was when I was in jail. I was really young. But if I would have had a record, I would have never been able to get past the investigation portion of Freemasonry.
Right.
You get when you want to join, you become a hang-around. They're called a knocker. Like you're just knocking on the door.
Basically like a prospect.
Exactly. And then you'll eventually build a relationship with somebody, and you'll fill out a petition that has all your personal information, your history, stuff like that. And that guy will sign the bottom, stating that he believes that you're in good moral fortitude, I think is a term. And then you have to have another guy sign the bottom. But anyone could sign the bottom, because if you're a Freemason, once you sign the top, I automatically trust your opinion and your belief and your word that this person's good to go, and then you get the bottom sign.
You guys just hang out and like talk and stuff?
No, we do a lot of drinking and shit. But
awesome.
Vegas is different. So we own a lot of the casino property. So our lodge has millions and millions of dollars. It's extremely wealthy.
And do you guys help each other out if there's like businesses and stuff like that? Like
a lot of business stuff. Like these are little things, but like my good buddy, Coach Casey Halstead, he gets a speeding ticket. He'll just send a picture of it to me. I'll send it to our Masonic attorney. It just disappears.
I want in, bro.
Yeah.
I
Shit like
fucking
that.
want in, man.
Yeah, I
I
know.
just can't hang out at a cafe for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There's a lot of
fucking
stuff.
want in. I want to be part of a group.
There's little stuff like that. Then there's like senators, and there's fundraisers.
You get to know a lot of powerful people.
Yeah, a lot of bigwigs
Who are secretly.
Yeah, and then our lodge
Yeah, I'll
has
see a
really high
downside.
security because you get weirdos that show up
I
and think we're
bet.
burning fucking babies and
Your
stuff.
place
inside.
got shot up, right?
Yeah. Somebody shot up 2 cars and shot up the whole front of the building.
Do you guys have merch?
Yeah, we do. Wow. We have rings.
You guys
and
wear
pins.
patches and stuff and pins?
A lot of pins, a lot of
Love the
rings,
costumes.
and then
Dude,
the
you're
aprons
getting
they wear.
Excited.
Yeah, I want in. Because I can't, I love the Hells Angel. I can't be in.
But check this out. So
It's not my thing.
during the Civil War, there was Freemasons in the North and the South. And then when the North marched on the South, they would put the square and compass on the house saying, hey, this is a Freemason's house. Don't burn it
Don't touch
down.
it.
Don't fucking kill my wife. Stuff like
Really?
that. And then when Freemasons captured each other, they would release each other and like let each other go free. And then they would meet for lodge and hold meetings and stuff like that. But once the slaves were free, you weren't equal, but you were free to be a free man, right?
Yeah.
So the blacks wanted to become Masons, and they're like, absolutely, you could do that. I mean, not with us, but you could do it over there.
Yeah.
So they created what's called the Prince Hall Lodge, and that's where like Shaq and those guys are Freemasons at, and they're super ornate, dude.
It's men only.
It's like going to a black church. They're like singing,
Sounds
and their
awesome.
hands
Yeah.
are in the air, and
Dancing
there's
and
a lot going on.
You
All
never know what you
ornate,
guys
gold jewelry, like big cufflinks. Yeah.
But he was all saying to Eddie, he was saying like the mafia does stuff illegally. But if you mess with the Freemasons, they can do stuff to you legally, like within the legal framework.
Which is almost worse.
Way worse.
Way worse.
Like,
Because the mob, if you kill somebody in the mob, the FBI will eventually take
Catch
you
you.
down and destroy your organization.
Yeah.
If you just remove somebody's ability to make decisions or to be a person of influence, there's no crime in that. Now that person's been eliminated as somebody.
And they can't make income
yeah, I mean, they could find another job. But
yeah, but as far as influence,
yeah,
you're sure.
you get removed from political office. You're basically shunned,
And how long did the process take you from when you were hanging around the cafe to?
So I had a rare experience where I got fast tracked. I just got in with the good guys.
That's
It's
what
kind of
I'm
like
saying,
Sammy.
bro.
Sammy like got with the good guys who moved fast.
Sammy
Sammy the Bull.
Oh, yeah.
Like he had moved real fast through the organization.
Yeah.
I got lucky to where I moved really fast. I moved up to the 32nd degree within like the first 5 years. My grandfather was a Mason. I didn't know this until I first started wanted to join. He made it up to 18 degrees in his entire life. So I just moved really, really fast.
Damn.
Put in a lot of work.
When you say put in work, what do you mean?
There's a lot of
Hey.
yeah. Hey,
hey.
there's all,
Relax.
No, we're friends there.
Hey,
there's
we
all
got
kinds of
cameras
stuff.
on us, all right?
No, there's all kinds of stuff. So the Freemasons are so the Shriners. Have you ever heard of the Shriner before? The Shriner PGA Tour, Shriner Hospital. We own these hospitals, and they're all Freemason owned. So if your kids got sick, God forbid, and you're like, dude, I don't got the money. We have a huge hospital in LA, or if you live in Las Vegas, which is 4 hours away, we'll send a van for you every morning drive you to the hospital, have your kids treated for whatever ailments they have, and driven back every day. All volunteers.
How about that?
There's a lot of that type of stuff. So you run hospitals and things like that, and
I love it.
Yeah.
Fully support.
It'd be funny if Chin was just not there anymore. I was like, what happened to Chin? I didn't like his hands were clammy. I had to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pushing a broom down the street.
Yeah, Van took him away.
Yeah, but so it's interesting. So because I learned a lot about.
So if you're a conspiracy theorist guy, Freemasonry is your number one ally. All the bullshit the government does, all the bad things that's happening nowadays, that's the hub of, hey, this isn't real. We have this thing, it's called,
that's me.
It's called mouth to ear. So throughout history, we couldn't really write things down. The king finds it, they'll have you beheaded, stuff like that. So you would take a historical event, memorize it, and then I would whisper it in your ear to pass the story along.
Yeah.
Like the telephone game, except you were graded on your ability to regurgitate the story over and over again without any.
I would struggle at that.
Yeah, without any.
Yeah.
And there's some like secret writing we have, like the whole game of tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
If we were Freemasons, we could play tic-tac-toe in front of everybody and communicate together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
That's a Freemason game. Everything you do is Freemason based. Like
Interesting.
being blackballed, getting the 3rd degree, those are all Freemason things.
All really.
Yeah, the black book, like that's all Freemason terms.
Yeah, when you get expelled you get a black cube. It's called being blackballed, basically.
Yeah, so when you want to join the lodge, you have to be voted on and unanimously by everybody. And white balls elect, black cubes reject. But some of the guys are senile, they're old. So you reach into this container and you'll feel, is it a ball or is it a cube?
Oh, gotcha.
And if somebody casts a black cube, you're done.
And how long have you been in it?
10 years.
Damn. That's cool.
Yeah, so we got to change like what the church is doing and
narrative?
saying like Freemasons are running the world. Freemasons are the ones fighting for your rights and fighting for like, hey, these motherfuckers are up to something. These guys are up to no good.
Yeah, this is
This
crooked.
organization is
Yeah.
no good.
Would you say that your experience as a young man in state pen was looking back on it, positive for your development or negative?
I think going to jail for a lot of people is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I would hate to go to jail nowadays.
Of course.
I'm fucking rich. I have a nice house. I make a shitload of money, nice girls. But being in jail at the time didn't bother me at all.
It didn't?
Not even a little bit.
Because you didn't have anything.
Not only that,
you
but
weren't
we grew up
missing
on
anything.
we grew up poor on the streets,
Yeah.
So like everything was always fighting each other. Like we grew up like coyotes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was terrible in school. Terrible.
Some people say when they go into jail or prison, they leave with a master's in crime. Like you go
Yeah.
in with your
There's
bachelor.
also a master's in behavior, though.
Yeah, you could do that too. California is different from anywhere else in the country. California jails are substantially more violent, more organized. They're race segregated. They're all controlled. Like the fucking rape shit and stuff you hear, like the Puerto Ricans doing on the East Coast, that shit doesn't happen in California. You
Yeah.
get fucking killed. You get
Really?
stabbed in your neck and thrown over the tier.
Really?
If you have a gay relationship, you got to keep it real fucking quiet and nobody can know about it. There's a story about this older Asian guy that had raped a younger Asian guy. They were cellmates. And right next door to their cell is these guys called the Bulldogs. They're like a hardcore Fresno gang. And because they were the closest to the action, the next morning when they walked out on the tier, they cut the guy's stomach open. His intestines fell on the floor. They grabbed him by the crotch and threw him over the railing.
The older gay man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have
Just because you can't do that.
Yeah,
You can't do that.
have
Yeah,
it.
you can't even walk the yard with us if you streak a football game. It's too weird. Anything
Really?
weird, sexual, you're fucking done.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can't do nothing.
Just
Nothing weird.
Just your walking gait alone, Brian. You can't walk.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
You just have too much sugar.
So
you
any
have
of
too
that
much sugar in
stuff-
your tank,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
To walk the yard with.
And
It's-
chomos, they keep separate.
Usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make mistakes.
And you went in at a young age for what?
I got part of a big drug raid at a house. So they used to do this thing called asset forfeiture. So the cops, we're super pro law enforcement. I love cops.
Big time,
We're
yeah.
the only discounts we give is cops.
Yeah, we had a cop come
And-
visit us because they found out that he was in Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, so they're like, dude, can we stop by? I was like, fuck yes. They
Love
came by the
cops.
house to meet us and stuff. I love cops.
Me too.
So in the 90s, there was a huge drug epidemic in Southern California. It was all methamphetamine from the bikers, and then the Mexican mafia was establishing themselves on the streets. They had already controlled
Yeah,
the
they started
prisons.
taxing gangs.
Correct. Yeah, they started bringing in MS-13 guys, or Southside Sereno guys into it. So if you were a street gang, Southern California street gang, you answered to La MA or the Mexican Mafia.
Okay.
So there was all heavy amounts of drugs coming across the border. Cops being cops, they have to figure out how the fuck to deal with this. They were just raiding houses left and right and left and right. And my uncle was a drug user, not a drug maker. But my uncle is kind of like that guy that was on Rogan, that Bob Lazar guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's why that Bob Lazar story kind of like with me.
Yeah,
because my uncle was one of those guys where he worked for NASA on the guidance system for the stealth bomber, and he did stuff for satellites, and he's worked on really advanced stuff.
But you don't buy that UFO shit from Bob Lazar.
No, you don't get
that clearance.
You don't get. Let me say this without insulting the guy. So if you join an organization like that, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say, "Hey, welcome to Area 51. Let me put you in charge of a project. That project's going to be fake, and if that project leaks, you're done.
You're screwed." Yeah.
We did that at Apple. So you would come and
Wait, you worked for Apple?
Yeah, I used to be in senior leadership at Apple.
Oh wow.
I had to lie and say I had a college degree and shit, which I don't. I finished 7th grade.
Hell yeah.
But you would you would join Apple like as an engineer or something. Then they would put you in charge of this project, and the project was fake.
They'd say it's like a secret project.
New
Don't tell anyone. Yeah.
Like new headphones or some shit, right? Yeah. And then if that project leaked, everyone on the team would be dumped. So what they probably did with Lazar is they put him in charge of a program, and they went to just see what was going to happen.
This motherfucker squealed all over the place.
And done. You're done right away.
See you, Bob.
Yeah,
that's
right
so
away.
interesting. I never heard that.
Yeah.
I never.
Everybody does that. That's like normal government stuff.
Yes.
It's the first time I heard a story, I was like, he probably believes those things really happen.
Yeah, I don't think he thinks it's true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the people he's dealing with are a lot smarter and probably knew
Living in
something
Vegas,
happened.
we have a lot of friends that work in Area 51 because that's the town you live in next to Area 51. And there's side conversations, you know.
Well, the one thing I realized so a good example about Zero Dark 30. Mm-hmm. The CIA created this thing where they were really pissed that their techniques actually were put in a movie and somebody leaked it. Then you find out that no, they didn't.
No,
they created that, but
so they
had guys from CIA tell them secretly how they did it.
Of course,
but it wasn't how they did it. It was bullshit. So they hoodwinked not only the public, but the movie-going public, but also the producers.
Yeah,
and it was all bullshit.
And CIA went, it was so mad.
It was smart though. It was like, oh shit, that was pretty wild the way they did that. That's not how they got it.
So my uncle was from that like hippies generation where they did acid. Like
they had great stories though.
Say it again.
I bet your uncle had great stories.
Oh yeah, crazy stories.
Fake, but
But they were smart as fuck. Like he's from the Steve Jobs generation, all computers, advanced thinking, stuff like that. So he would party, he would smoke weed. He had a guy that would come over and buy some weed, but they would do some meth together. That guy had planted some stuff on the property, and the FBI raided the house. And it was a gigantic property, like 15 acres, avocado groves, multiple houses. They seized the entire property, took everyone to jail. Like I was arrested, and I think 14 other people were arrested.
And you're just chilling? You had nothing to do with it?
Nothing. I was just visiting.
Wow.
So just like if I'm at Callen's, I stay at Callen's house, by bringing my bag into Callen's house, my luggage, if you will, I've established residency there. Wow. So you're a resident.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
And you just got kind of looped in with all the
So
bullshit.
back then it was guilty until proven innocent. So you go to jail and
you go to jail and then your case will be heard, but it's in a file.
So it's a big deal. It's a long process, but they take your clothes because they wanted to say that you were manufacturing drugs there. So they do these things called major case prints where they fingerprint your entire hand. They take your clothes. If it was today, I would walk scot-free because I'm smart enough and I could get good attorneys and make the whole thing go away. Yeah. But as an 18-year-old kid, you're just going through the system.
You're scared, yeah.
And then you got I wasn't scared.
Yeah, sorry I said that.
Yeah. Callen would be scared. I wasn't scared.
You know what I mean? It's a lot going on.
But these old timers are like, listen, bro, if they cut you a deal, you're looking at 16 years. Take this fucking bullshit deal, dude.
No.
Take this bullshit deal. It's 2 years. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Or you face 16, but you've already watched the system fuck everybody else. So you're like, I'll just do 2 years. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? But technically, I was only supposed to do 5 months and 20 days, but I lost all my good time for fighting and getting in trouble.
Yeah. Did you get in trouble for cutting a pedophile's face?
No, I didn't get in trouble for that.
Oh, you did?
No, I did that, but I didn't get in trouble for that.
That's encouraged, Brian.
So I had started doing jiu-jitsu in 1990. So at this time, I was already training for like 10 years. And no one did jiu-jitsu back then. So you were like a ninja. No one knew what the fuck was happening.
People
to
were
you.
screwed.
You could grab a dude by his hip and just spin him around and just put him in a rear naked choke. They called him Mata Leon back then.
Yeah,
Lion's
no
kill.
clue,
just fucking just choke people unconscious. So, and then plus we grew up real violent and, you know, stuff like that. And I think I'm a nice guy, but we always grew up fighting. That was just part of our, you know, that was part of our thing. And even if you can't fight, take your ass whipping and move on.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And that's the way, you know, if you went to jail, as long as you fought, you didn't need to win. It's way better, cooler if you win.
Yeah.
But as long as you fight, that's all that matters.
Right.
Get more respect.
So I quickly like rose into the leadership in the jail, which isn't tough to do as long as you're active. You got white dudes, which are called peckerwoods. Then you got white dudes that are skinheads or neo-Nazi, Nazi lowriders, P9 Death Squad, all like the hardcore.
And is Peckerwood's not affiliated with all that?
Correct.
They're just,
Peckerwoods are
they're
just
regular white dudes.
We would just be Peckerwoods. We're white dudes. There's white dudes in jail.
Right.
And we would all hang out together. Chin would be an other. So
Would
he'd
we also hang
out
out with the neo-Nazis and the lowriders?
if there was a riot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Otherwise-
but generally
You have to decide,
they do their own shit. They're really militant and always starting trouble and always doing meth and shit. They're always causing a fucking problem.
Yeah.
You know,
Not that
You
bad.
said Chin would hang out with the others?
the others, yeah.
The others?
So we couldn't talk to Chin.
No, we could.
No, you can.
Yeah, he could come clean our cell and you know stuff.
Hey, dude. Damn.
That's how I did back then. But they didn't have, is there not enough Asians that have their own gang?
No, so the others is like Arabs, Native Americans,
just a whole.
yeah, just anyone who's not
Smorgasbord.
white, Mexican.
And they
or
hang
black.
out together?
Yeah, they have their own crew. Samoans,
They have
like
no
they kind
choice,
of.
man.
Yeah, they're not pussies. They're fucking.
No.
You know, it's a tough guy.
No.
You don't want to go against that car by itself. You know.
It's
No
a
way.
melting pot.
And then so you got the whites, the woods, you have the northern and southern Mexicans, you have the blacks, and then you have the border brothers, the paisas.
who?
The paisas, the border the Mexican nationals.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are like the main guys that run everything.
But if there's a riot, do all the Mexicans join forces?
No, fuck no. They're against each other.
Really?
So northern Mexicans hang out with the blacks. They call them busters. So you can't do anything with the northern Mexicans because it's all race segregated. You can't shower with the blacks. You can't eat with the blacks. You can't even interact with the blacks.
What?
Yeah. And vice
Here's
versa.
what's cool about biker gangs. Maybe you can co-sign this. Is, you know, so on the streets, Mongols, Hells Angels fucking hate each other. But if they're in prison, they have each other's back. There's no fighting amongst the biker gangs. Is that fake?
Yeah, because Mongols are usually Mexican. So Mongols will be with the Southsiders, and the like the Hells Angels will just be Peckerwoods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's take a little break because I want to talk about O'Reilly. I need some auto parts, bro.
O'Reilly. They're in the
right.
business of keeping your car on the road. O'Reilly Auto Parts offers friendly, helpful service and parts knowledge you need for all your maintenance and repairs. They've got thousands of parts and
But
accessories.
what if I'm a car novice? I'm not an aficionado not like you.
Dude, novice or if you're an expert, they got you covered at O'Reilly's Auto Parts because the employees, man, the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself. You can find what you need in-store or online.
But where do I go?
By O'Reilly Auto Parts and visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter.
Fire is brought to you by Progressive Insurance, okay? I'll tell you what. Basically, you got the name your price tool that
It's
puts
so
you in charge
easy,
of your
dude.
auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance. They will show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options.
It's
All
easy
right?
to get started and get a quote. You'll be able to choose the best option for you and fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Get a quote today at progressive.com. Try the Name Your Price tool for yourself. Join over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Progressive.
It's really everything that happens on the street disappears in jail for the most part.
Yes.
So like the blacks, if you guys are Bloods and Crips,
Doesn't matter.
You guys are running together because you got to do it for unity of. They call the whole group is called the car. So if you want to ride in the car, you have to be active. You got to be doing shit. You got to be participating. You got to be
So if you come in,
Sounds exhausting. Though,
yeah, if you
It's
come in as a
lot.
Peckerwood, do you have to automatically be down? You have to, like, if
So you have to. You can't be a fucking lame.
you got to fight.
You don't have to,
Like,
but you
what,
can't be
like-
picked on. You can't be a lame. So you could be just
Like, AG, what would Bryan, like, let's say the three of us got busted right now. We're
Yeah.
in prison, right? You and I can hold our own, right? Like you and I can figure it out.
Yeah.
And then Bryan, I hate to be shitty, man. It just is what it is.
Bryan
It's
would have
just
to shave his mouth.
It's just your genetics.
You gotta shave your
but
mouth.
Bryan, hey,
No,
dude,
I'd
hey,
fight
no,
the
I know, you're scrappy. But he's gonna suck off the boys, man.
No,
right?
Oh, which ones? Which boys?
All of us,
Oh,
bro.
whoever we tell you.
Wait,
that.
no, I fight though. I fight too.
No, if we got to make a deal with the.
but
with
I
the-
box. I can throw hands. For
I know,
feet.
but it's just
My
you're
back
so
kick,
limited.
you saw my back kick?
But you're so limited with your strength, and
Well, yeah, but I'm crafty as
and
fuck.
you're older. No, seriously, what would we do with him, AG?
You could be in charge of the girls.
Oh,
You
God.
could run the trannies.
Okay.
Yeah, you could run the trannies.
Come on, girls. Let's go. We've got work to do.
No, Bryan would be all right. Yeah.
He'd be like
Bryan would be
the guy
fine.
like tells us stories and stuff at night, or
No, older guys, they usually.
No, he would
But you
just
tell
have,
stories at night.
Bryan would just have to just shut up for the first few months and not say anything. You know what I mean? And just watch and observe. Bryan would be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you make friends easily.
And the dudes you're around, some of them are cool guys, but most of them are fucking scumbags.
Yeah.
They're
prison.
if you go to jail, it's the type of guys that normal people never see on the streets. You never see. You don't even
Because they're
yeah,
what
they're
do you say?
institutionalized. Yeah.
they're just stuck there.
But most people don't know those humans even exist. So you go in there and like we grew up on the street, so we know what those dirtbag scumbag guys are like.
You know right away.
Now you're just living in the same.
Yeah, they
quarters
suck
now.
to be around, but you know. But for most people, they're going to be exposed to that guy for the very first time. And those guys have nothing but tricks and scams. They're like gypsies, bro.
Yeah.
They're running tricks and scams constantly.
Constantly.
And they're
Yeah,
just
I've
looking
heard you get extorted. They'll come up and say, you got to pay me protection money.
You could if you're that type of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you got to be willing to fight. Down.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You can mind your own business, but it's all hands on deck if there's a riot. If we're rioting, like we had a little riot against the Mexicans at this place in San Diego, every white guy has to come on deck. And if you don't, we'll just fuck you up later.
Yeah.
Or, you know, after a riot, they separate everybody. They move you to different facilities and stuff. But someone's going to go on that same bus as you, and they'll be like, this motherfucker wasn't down.
Yep.
You know, and they'll touch you up a little bit.
You'll be ready to go, Bryan.
But as long as you're okay with fighting,
Ready.
it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
You got to be used to being around guys that stink. Everyone's fucking farting. Like, food sucks.
Yeah, but guys be farting.
Oh,
They
dude,
get
it's gross.
together, just
Yeah.
Bad
fart.
food.
You eat the food you eat. If you're doing successful, you're eating gas station food, like top ramen.
Because you have money to buy it, right?
Yeah, if the state county food is dog shit, dude. It's dog.
It
It's unedible. Yeah, but a lot of those guys have nothing, dude. Like they have nobody on the street, so they're trying to get their little hustle going, trying to do a little something. They're gambling. They're doing anything to get a little come up. You know.
So you get some fucking
Brutal.
Debbie
Yeah.
sweet cakes.
It's
Yeah.
brutal.
So speaking of that, so talking about like lame guys that go to jail, you know that fucking dude you guys had on, Wes Watson? That dude's a straight fucking lame.
Really?
He's a lame. He's a rat. If that guy goes back to jail, he's fucking dead.
Because
dead,
he's
dead.
made so many enemies, or
So the whole like tough guy jail thing, he became a tough guy jail guy after jail. Once he was on the street and he was around normal guys. He wasn't like that in jail. He was just a shadow guy, just in the background.
he just
doing
minded
nothing.
his business. And
He didn't run
served
the
his
fucking
time.
car. He didn't call any shots. He didn't do any of that stuff. He's from my same hometown. He's a nobody.
Which is where?
Oceanside. He's technically from Vista, but they're neighboring. It's kind of like
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it's neighboring.
Shout out to
towns.
SOS Customs in Vista. I'm always down in Vista.
So he was a Rastafarian weed smoking dude. Like that's his thing. He's like a snowboarding, weed smoking, like Rastafarian
Really?
guy. Yeah, he's a lame. He's nobody. And then he went to jail. He came out. He started lifting afterwards. And if those are the guys who follow him, he used to live in downtown San Diego. And he would leave every morning like at 3 a.m. and he'd go 30 miles away up to Escondido to work out because he was worried people would, you know, see where he was. He didn't want to be around because a lot of guys had beef with him.
Why do they have beef with him? Are they like
Because-
upset because he's
No, this is when he was early days.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but just because he's, you know, those guys in the neighborhood, they're tough fucking dudes, you know. You burn a guy on a fucking bag of weed or some dope or like
Yeah,
you
it's gonna
fucking
get
fuck my
around.
boy over.
Yeah.
But my boy was banging his wife the whole time. So when he's up working out, my boy's down in San Diego beating up her asshole every day.
Oh, wow.
Like he's that type of guy. He's
intense.
nobody.
Yeah.
But then he gets online, he does the tough guy shit, and then normal guys are like, you know, dudes are like, I guess I don't know the type of guy who's into that stuff, but it's like a cut guy.
yeah.
Where he's like, come on, motherfucker. What's up, bro? Fucker, what's up, big dog? Let's go. That
Yeah.
shit's fucking, that's a fake pretend, like, on the street thing.
But you guys don't care. Do you guys like the street doesn't care about that he found a way to like make money off that, right? You guys
No,
don't
what
care about that.
his money making thing, that's why he even moved to Miami. Because the dudes in San Diego are like, I remember that fucking,
Yeah.
you know? So guys that Guys that he burnt back in the day now remember him because those guys are fucking just doing crazy shit all the time. But they remember him. Now he has a target on his
Now
back.
he's getting popped up on.
But if he was never
He's got a target on his back by who?
just other dudes from the neighborhood for just being a lame.
Yeah.
You know,
Really?
what I mean? Testifying against people, giving up game. So if you give up too much detail on like how guys get away with shit in jail, that's a fucking problem because those motherfuckers are still there doing it.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, here's how they get in the drugs, or here's how they get in, you know, contraband or whatever, that's called giving up game.
It screws over
and you're
the other
fucking up the
guys.
dudes that are doing it right now.
Yeah.
You know, you can say they get contraband in there. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
But if you give up game, it's a big
How they're
fucking
doing
deal.
it. Yeah, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. And then some of those hotshot stories he told were about guys that were like, that didn't fucking happen.
Yeah.
You know, guys are like, that was me. That didn't fucking happen.
My thing is you like you've been in prison, you've done all this, you're in the Mason area, all this. How the hell did you get to toe hold?
No, he's also a professional diver. You,
So
you made your living
so
as a pro
out of that
diver.
whole list of things,
Yeah.
scuba diving is the thing I'm the best at. Just growing up in San Diego, we were in the water from the time we were little kids, just body surfing. We would, those guys that aren't from California, back in like the 70s, the 80s, California was fucking incredible. You could drive your truck on the beach in San Diego. You can dump a bunch of wood off the back of your truck. You could have a bonfire. You could drink beers. You could throw your empties in the ocean if you were that type of guy.
Yeah.
You could swim out and dive down, grab some lobster, spearfish, fish from the beach, all that stuff. It was awesome. The same way Florida is now, that's how California was.
Back in the day, yeah.
So that's how we grew up. We grew up like on this bullshit little farmhouse in San Diego before all the big mansions and all that stuff. My family was one of the founding families of like Oceanside and Vista. So great grandparents had huge acreage. But, you know, they die off, their kids sell it for a couple $100,000 and then so on. It would have been hundreds of millions of dollars worth of property nowadays. But we just grew up in this little tiny farmhouse. We'd go down to the beach and we would, you know, just do beach stuff all the time. So scuba diving and spearfishing, that's just kind of how we grew up. Just like a farm kid is going to know how to ride horses and milk cows. We just knew everything about the ocean just growing up.
I mean, but you're big to be a diver, yeah?
No, size doesn't really matter.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just technique.
Yeah. It's comfortableness and it's technique.
Yeah.
The size wouldn't matter in the water.
How many hours do you have underwater? A shit.
Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine. I mean, when I worked for the Marine Corps as a military contractor, we had logged 6,000 plus dives, just logged. And then I had thousands of dives before that, and I probably have 1,000 after that.
Jesus.
So just tons and tons and tons of time in the water.
And you're afraid of the ocean still.
Well, you're afraid of it because it will fucking kill you in a trillion different ways.
Have you had any issues, all that diving?
Yeah, tons.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've had gear failures. We've had...
He used to go retrieve bodies. Right.
Yeah, we'd pull bodies up and stuff like that, both for the military and then... like if somebody drowned and the lifeguards will respond for a period of time, you know, a day or two.
But eventually.
And then it's like, all right, does anybody want to volunteer and go try to find this dude's body?
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But some of the craziest shit you run into the ocean is the fucking seals.
Yeah, seals. Yeah, seals
They're
are
horrible.
gangster, huh?
Really?
Yeah, they're terrible. So you think of a seal just like a dog. You got cute dogs like your dog down here. You can rub your noses together and there's like a puppy. And then you have wolves. So there's both of those in the ocean, and they're mean as fuck.
Really?
And they'll attack you. They'll bite you. They'll bite your face. They'll attack you in a group for gear. Me and this other guy were diving off of Orange County at night, going for lobster. We were separated. You know, we were going on our own mission. Then we're going to meet back on the boat. And in the ocean at night, if you have a flashlight, the flashlight only illuminates about, you know, in a scary movie when they have the stupid flashlight, you only see like a 6-inch
See,
beam.
I'm never getting in the water at night like that. This is crazy.
Yeah, you haven't got to the
you,
you haven't got to
You
the
got
worst
great
part,
whites
bro.
everywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you haven't got to the worst part. So I got a bag on my hip full of lobster, and I turned my light off, and I'm just kicking probably 30 feet deep, just in the dark, and I got a compass that's illuminated.
So you know where you're going.
Yeah, so I'm
Just
following
pitch
my heading
fucking
back, and I just know it's around fucking 300 kicks, you know, and I'll be generally in the area. And then just out of nowhere, something just grabs me, just rips me through the water. You know, something touches you in the water, you're gonna squirm. You know, you're gonna get little giggles. So, and it was just a huge sea lion, or no, it was an elephant seal. So a huge male, just a gigantic 1,000-pound male.
Bring that up, Chin.
They're bigger than that.
Pull up elephant seal.
They're fucking ugly too.
And then it just had a group, and what you try doing,
thing.
look at that thing. So what you try doing is you get a, you have your flashlight, you're kind of looking around 360 for it, but you can't see anything, because if you don't point it directly at it, you won't see it.
See how much
And
it
then
weighs.
you get hit again and again. It grabs your leg, it bites your arm.
And it just wants your lobsters, right?
Yeah, well, it's just, to you, you're another seal. It's going to fight you.
5,000 pounds, 13 feet long. That's
They're
not fun.
gigantic.
That's not fun.
They'll climb up on boats that are like moored, and they'll just sink them because they're so big. Like you have a boat just moored out on the bay, and like those jump on the back of your boat and just sink the whole thing.
I've seen that.
So did you have anything to defend them off or anything?
No,
You
you
just
can't do
kept
shit
fucking
to
with
them.
you?
They're too good in the water. Like, it's like being in a
So
wheelchair.
did you just give him your
It's
lobster?
like being in a wheelchair and you have like NFL athletes around you. You can't even move, dude.
Yeah. You gave me your
So
lobster.
eventually I cut my bag loose and just kept swimming. You can hear them just ripping them, because the sound travels way further in water. You can hear them ripping the bag apart, crunching the lobster.
So you're just fucking surrounded by these giant.
Yeah, and if you don't give it up, they'll probably just bite you to death.
Did you think it was a shark?
No, I knew right away that I knew it wasn't a shark, because a shark would have just hit you hard and stuck with you. And a shark's not going to go for your bag. They'll go for your body.
Yeah, sharks as fuck.
Unless it makes a
lobster.
mistake.
So he was more biting the bag and pulling you.
He grabbed, the first thing they grabbed was the bag, and because the bag's connected to your body with a D-ring, and just yanked me through the water.
That's not pleasant.
I had my
Can't believe you
thumb
do that
shredded
shit,
by a giant black moray eel in Carlsbad. We were again diving at night for lobster, and
You have to do it at night?
the lobster are all out at night.
Gotcha.
So think about all the scary thing people do in the world, where dude, do you want to go into that forest?
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a monster in there, right?
Yeah.
Or the ocean's full of monsters. It's the only place we know. Go to space. There's nothing in space. Space is dumb. It's full of gas and rocks. All the crazy shit that we know of as human beings is in the ocean.
In the ocean, yeah.
It's all there. And the things we know about, people don't understand how little we know about the ocean.
We know more about space, right?
Yeah, we know more about everything. So you would think, well, we don't know much about the middle of the ocean. We don't know shit about the coastline, dude. There's been countless creatures that have just been discovered just in knee-deep, chest-deep water, just because no one knows what the fuck they are. They just show up.
Yeah.
And if you think of the ocean, like the chances of us walking outside and seeing an African lion is zero.
Yeah.
There's no possible way for an African lion to get over here.
You can see anything.
But in the ocean, every inch of the ocean's connected. So anything that's somewhere could potentially be somewhere
there,
else,
yeah.
as long as the temperature and the food source moves. Chin, pull up Humboldt squid if you could.
And you're
please.
doing it at night, man.
Yeah.
But you still do that?
Yeah.
I thought you were rich, dog.
I still like lobster.
Me too, but I'm not diving at night for it with fucking around
So
with
see
elephants.
that picture on the far left right there?
No,
The one with the guy. Below that. Yeah, that one. So that's a Humboldt squid. So it has a gigantic beak
Yeah.
that bites you. But if you could pull up, can people see this at home that are watching?
Yeah.
If you pull up their tentacles, they have spiraling tentacles that look like a blender. So they'll suck your body. See those teeth on there?
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
And then not only will they grab you, but they'll start cutting like
Oh my God.
silver dollar size holes out of your body.
Damn.
And they attack divers all the time.
They do?
So in Mexico, they call them, I think they call them Diablo Robles, like Red Devil. I'm probably saying that wrong. And guys fish for them in the Sea of Cortez. And they're strong. So when you
Diablo
pull Rojas.
Yeah.
So when you pull it up, the mandible or whatever will pull you into the water. They're really strong. And then they attack you, and they'll just attack you in a group and kill you. The guys who have survived look like they were burnt with like scalding hot
Damn.
silver dollars all
I've
over their
never heard
body.
of those. Have you?
Either have
And then
I.
one of the guys, this is one of a trillion things in the ocean that'll kill you. But
So they'll kill you. They'll actually.
oh yeah, they'll attack you like in a pack. They're pack animals.
Jesus.
What in the fuck?
They're like 7 foot long piranhas. Okay, but hey, they're not around here. Not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
They weren't around here until they were. So a couple guys were diving off of La Jolla in San Diego, and they just showed up one night and attacked them. They lived, but you're just in the water. There's no like scientist or biologist that's there like to be like, hey, we've discovered. No, you're the guy.
You're the
You're
guy.
the guy.
You're the guy.
Yeah, you're the guy.
guy
who's
who's
You
gonna
got
let
that
us-
with your body.
Exactly, with
You're
your
the guy who's
face,
gonna
your
let us
body.
know, yeah.
And then you're gonna go tell the biologist, hey, listen, this is what I've seen. So you're the explorer out there, and
You told me that Japan is the most dangerous sea.
Oh God, it's full of everything that wants to kill you. You could just die for just looking at the water. We had a guy die that stepped on a stonefish in Japan.
Yeah.
Can you pull up a stonefish?
Yeah, like
because those are in shallow water, right? The stonefish, you step on them.
So you're shuffling your feet on the bottom.
They're so dangerous.
They're impossible. See the one with the guy? See the dorsal
Impossible
fin?
to see too, right?
And they have this like jizzy looking substance that comes out. So I dive with a felt bottom booty, like the tip of a pool stick, how it has that felt on it.
Yeah.
I have like an inch thick that covers the whole bottom of my booty. That's the shoe you wear. So when you're walking across the reef, if you step on one, it'll break off its dorsal fin and it won't penetrate your foot.
Oh, good.
Almost nobody else wears those. It's like a high-level pro piece of equipment. It's almost like a bulletproof vest for your foot.
Yeah.
It'll protect you from urchins and things like that. He wasn't in our group, but this Japanese guy stepped on one. And then as we came out of the water, we see the commotion, we go over, and he was dead long before the ambulance got there. Like 15 minutes, he was dead.
And what a bullshit way to go.
Yeah,
what a
step on
bullshit
fish.
way to go.
How'd you die?
Stepped on a fucking
Stepped on a
shit.
fish.
That scares me because you don't see them. I've been diving and I've looked at them, and the guy had to point it out to me. They look so much like
In
the
an
coral.
aquarium, in ideal conditions, are hard to see.
Hell
If you had a table here in an aquarium, it'd be like, where is it? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's
And they don't
people with
budge.
those as pets.
Yeah, you can keep them as pets. They don't budge.
I've seen them
you
on
can
the
flick
black
them.
market.
They don't move. They don't care about your foot. They don't. You step on them, they're not going to move.
God damn.
Kind of a stupid animal to own too, because literally, like you said, you can't see them if you have an
No,
aquarium.
look at
So
that.
diving for lobster, you got sculpin, stonefish, depending on where you are. You got urchins, and you're just sticking your hand inside this deep hole trying to grab a lobster and pull it out. And I got a moray eel grab my thumb and just shred it. I wear Kevlar gloves, and it just shredded
Damn, you
through the
do-
Kevlar and shredded my finger to the bone.
Damn.
Fucked it up bad.
Fuck.
But the ocean's full of all kinds of crazy stuff. If we went to the desert and we seen like a pile of rocks, and I said, hey, Callen, stick your hand underneath that pile of rocks, you'd be like, fuck no, there might be a snake.
Yeah.
The holes in the ocean, there's 1,000% tons of stuff in there. There's not going to
those
be an
are
empty
houses.
hole.
Those
Yeah,
are
they're houses where they live.
Those are homes for
There's
dangerous animals.
tons of stuff.
Yeah,
you
I
don't
don't-
know what's in there, but there's
I'm
all
not
kinds of
sticking
stuff.
my hand.
And you're constantly still diving, doing all that shit now.
Not as much as I was, but I still dive a lot.
Yeah.
So sharks are the last thing you're worried about right away.
Sharks are just the standard thing, that wants to kill you. Sharks like
But they say tiger sharks will eat you more than great one will bite you and let you go.
they'll all eat you.
Yeah, they're all fucked up.
Really?
So I like to do this thing when we're out diving, and just me and you, we're like half a mile out in the water. It's nighttime. We're the only two guys. So me and you, Schaub, are in the water. We're way out and we're finning on the surface. We're kicking back. And I'll be like, there's like a 1 in a billion chance of us getting bitten by a shark. Like, does it make you feel better? Fuck no, because it's only me and you. We're the only people that shark can bite. Yeah. And the way they take that calculation,
Those stats are so off.
here's how they do it. They take all the humans on Earth and they say, well, there's this many fatalities times this many people or whatever. Well, some dude that lives in fucking Tibet shouldn't be part of this equation.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
some
the
guy that lives in
Idaho,
Madagascar.
Yeah. My argument with that one, they're like,
It's me and you in the ocean.
dude, my argument with that when people are like, well, you're more likely to die in a car crash than you are to get eaten by a shark. I'm like, well,
Yeah, I'm always driving constantly.
yeah, but those stats are so skewed because if I had to swim to work every day, what are the odds?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Through the fucking roof.
That's right.
If you get bit, I'm not like, dude, do you know the odds of that actually happening? No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck.
Well, you said too, people go disappear and they
All
go,
the time.
he drowned.
Yeah.
How do you know he drowned? He probably got
Yeah,
eaten.
that Tim Kennedy story, he would have got killed where he swam out in the ocean. He would have got killed by sharks and he would have been missing at sea, probably drowned.
Yes.
And then if a shark would have bit him and then he drowned as a result
Other
of the
animals
shark
would eat
bite, he would have been marked as cause of death drowning.
Yeah, they don't list a lot of the shark attacks
Yeah,
or crocodile
not at all.
attacks.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all those
There's
stats are shady
way
as
more
fuck.
shark attacks than you can imagine.
Way more.
There's this place in Florida we go to called New Smyrna Beach. It's the shark bite capital of the world. We shoot a lot of the models and stuff like that there. And it's just where like the Halifax River pours out into the ocean.
Bull sharks.
Everything. Name a shark, it's there. But these little sharks, we always think about the big sharks. These little sharks, these little 2-footers.
Like the black tips and shit.
Black tips,
Yeah, I don't respect
reef
those.
sharks, white tips. But picture like a piranha that's 2 feet long. You don't want to get bit by that.
Hell no.
These things are way worse. There it is. That's the
A 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot shark can take a bigger
so
bite
you're
out of
in literally knee deep water, and these guys are just blasting into schools of fish. trying to grab a fish, and your foot's there and just takes your foot off. It takes your calf off.
Yeah, you saw
people like somebody got bit 3 times in 1 week at that beach.
Dude,
it happens all the time.
I don't care if it's a black shark, lemon shark. I get bit by a shark. I'm getting on the gram. It's a great white.
Yeah, 100%. I saw its doll eyes.
Megalodon bite.
I saw its doll eyes as it turned.
Yeah, but I saw his white eyes, and it was so big.
People, you ever see great white bites though, where the shark lets you go? They'll bite you.
Huge chunks.
Yep. Well, or some people will come all the way down. Like, look that up, Chin. It'll be all the way down, and then they'll let you go. They wait for you to bleed out to death. But if your friends are there,
so you don't scratch their eyes. If it's a seal, they don't want the seal to scratch their eyes.
Yeah.
So they'll bite them and let them go.
Look at that shit.
There's 3 shark bites that are real popular. There's an exploratory bite where it could just be a juvenile, just kind of seeing what things are.
That's what they always say is in like from Santa Monica to Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
It's all juveniles. That,
Yeah,
like,
from San Diego all the way up.
Yeah, San Diego to Santa Barbara. They're saying it's juveniles, like feeling it out. Like they're young, they just don't know.
Yeah, just like a baby. They're putting stuff in their mouth.
I guess, dude.
Then there's the mistaken bite where it thinks you're food and it just bites you hard. And then there's the worst one, which is the territorial bite that moms do when they're clearing an area to give birth. They're going to go and they're going to shred everything bad.
That's probably what happened to that swimmer.
That's what happened to the guy. Well, the guy in San Diego, he was swimming for a triathlon or whatever those things are.
Bit him in half.
A shark grabbed him, literally shook him, and all his intestines went flying one direction. His torso went the other direction, and his legs went the other way.
That's a powerful.
And literally through the surf, his like stomach bile and stuff is like causing foam in the surf. His intestines are washing up on the beach.
I like when they go.
We were diving there the next week.
I like when they go. Don't worry.
Christ.
I like when they go. Don't worry. Sharks don't like the taste of humans.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
Until they bite you.
Well, who the fuck told you?
Who said that? The news?
Yeah. Who told you that?
And also, that
just trying
bite's
to make
gonna be
people feel
devastating.
comfortable because
Yeah.
it's tourist money.
They will bite you in half. That guy got bit in half. It's crazy.
Yeah, shredded.
And is it one bite, you think?
Just grabbed and shook. That's all it takes.
So powerful.
That's all it takes.
So, dude, how the fuck did you get to toe hold?
Yeah, that's all the time we got today, folks. So growing up in San Diego, we always wore flip-flops. My flip-flops kept breaking, just the ones I'd buy at the store.
Yeah, the cheapies.
And we would go on hikes. Like your flip-flops is what you wear everywhere. You never wear on shoes. Nowadays, I'll put on shoes if I go to a nice restaurant or something.
Ostrich skin cowboy boots for Via Veneto.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I got $9,000 boots. Who cares?
Yeah.
But I wanted to, they always suck. So I was like, well, I'm going to try to make my own. I don't have any skills making anything. I didn't do anything in school. I only finished 7th grade. Like I didn't do any school. I didn't know crafts. I just went in the garage one day and just started to try to learn on how to make flip-flops. But really what you needed to learn was like, well, what's leather? You know, is the chair you're sitting in leather? Is the seat in your Ferrari leather? Like, you know, is a baseball glove leather? Like what's the difference? There's a huge difference in leather. A saddle's made out of leather. They're all different. So I spent literally thousands of hours watching YouTube videos and stuff, and no one made flip-flops, but I would watch a guy who was a saddle maker, and I would see a tool in the background. I'd freeze frame, and then I'd be like, well, what the fuck is that? And I'd start trying to figure out what that tool is, and then I'd get a little bit of money, and I'd go buy that tool and experiment with it and be like, that tool sucked. I spent $5,000, and it didn't work. You know, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. And just burned tons of money trying to figure out how to make flip-flops. And then doing jiu-jitsu, my buddies would come hang out at the shop. I mean, after training, they'd come hang out at the shop.
Where would you train?
10th Planet, Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
So we would just hang out afterwards, and I'd just be tinkering. People would just be, you know, just hanging out. And then eventually, one of my buddies had said, hey, the guy from Gracie Barra wants to know if you can make a pair of flip-flops. And I'm like, which guy? And he's like, you know, the guy so-and-so. I'm like, fuck that guy. You know, and I don't like that guy. I'm not going to make him a pair. And then they're like, well, so-and-so wants a pair. I was like, yeah, I like that guy. I'll make him a pair. And it was just very organic, natural like that, you know, where I would only make it for you if you were my friend or if I liked you. And if you weren't, I didn't care. And then after a while, we started giving it a name, toe hold. You know, we're just like, let's call it toe hold. During this time, it's very just me trying to make my own flip-flops. That's all that I cared about. And then once we named it toe hold, we were like, maybe I'll sell a few pairs to a couple guys. And then, so we came up with a logo, and I texted to my dad, and he was like, oh, that's really cool. He just said, like, that's really cool. And then I sent him another logo, like the actual finished logo, and he's like, wow, buddy, you're really doing it. I'm super proud of you. And then that was the last text message I ever sent him. He immediately like died of cancer right after that. He was alive for a little while, but just went from being a healthy guy to just crash.
Thank you. What kind of cancer?
Prostate.
How old was he?
Like his early 60s, which is crazy for our family because everyone on our Russian side lives to be 100 at least.
Wow.
Like both my grandparents lived to be 100. My great grandma was like 103. My great uncle was like 107. They all lived to be forever. But one thing I've always had is like working at Apple and jobs is a really good work ethic. That's the most important thing. Yeah. Super good work ethic. And if you're doing something, you have to do it well.
Yep.
Our family didn't teach us anything else. You know what I mean? Like, don't be a scumbag. Didn't really listen to that. And work hard. That was it. Like, there was no, here's how you balance your checkbook.
Yep.
There was no, like, there's no life skills at all. Like, we grew up feral. For better word, we grew up feral. But even, like, on the last days as my dad was dying, customers would message me and I'd have his hand in my left hand and I'd have my iPhone in my right hand and I'd be messaging them back because it's wrong to leave a customer waiting.
Yeah.
It's wrong. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what he would be like, yeah, your customers are most important. The client's more important.
And how long ago was that?
7 years ago.
Oh, wow.
7.5 years ago. So after that, I was like, well, that's the last thing my dad remembered me doing. I'm just going to go all in on
Run
this.
with it, yeah.
You know, and I'm going to do it forever and nothing's ever going to stop me. And ever since then, I've just been making flip-flops and growing this company. And everyone was like, oh, dude, do it in China, do it over here, get these materials. I was like, no, I want these to be the best. And every single human being I talked to told me I was doing it wrong.
Including me.
Including Bryan Callen.
I just thought he was charging too much. We all did.
Yeah.
But now you charge.
On the merchandise, it's tough too because if you want to do it right and you don't want to use China, there's a reason why everyone uses China because it's a cheaper product. Mm-hmm. It's slave labor, so everything's gonna be cheaper, but the product's gonna be cheaper. Like brands that do it in America and do it the right way, you're literally gonna pay for it.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna pay for it.
Your $1,000 flip flops.
They're our number one seller.
Isn't that crazy?
So you could get some of our basic flip flops for like $500. We sell a lot of those, but our $1,000 and up is the ones that we have. Like
you
the
have
demand
a pair
is
now,
insane.
right? For $7,000.
$7,500 for the new world record. Our current world record is $5,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, AG, you're not selling flip flops. Like, where are the flip flops? He's like, shut the fuck up.
Callen sent me this long message once, just really smart, articulate, like on like marketing and strategy on like how we shouldn't use the girls and we should really highlight the product.
Oh,
and the
don't
quality.
listen to him.
He goes,
marketing.
Yeah, tell him what you said.
So
Did you
I
tell him
just,
shut the fuck up?
it was a long message, like a breakup message.
I thought about it.
and I just responded back, gay.
G-A-A-A-A.
No way.
No, I
Look at those,
Like the marketing, I think, is what sets you guys apart.
Look at that Himalayan crocodile. Go back. Look at that shit. That's that Hermes shit.
So
Yeah, I'd rock the fucking. I'm not a sandal guy. I'd rock the fucking.
most guys,
Bronze shark. That's a bronze whaler. Wow.
we don't really.
Shark skin.
Oh, I like the black elefante.
Yeah, those are the number one sellers.
That's what he's wearing.
Yeah, black elephant with gray straps.
Tell them about like how you use animals like elephants, but it's sustainable. Like
So
explain
What
that.
do you mean elephants?
No.
Yeah,
Emerald
that would
elephant.
kill babies.
Purple.
They only kill racist
Dude, look at how you
animals.
stepped up the game though. Purple elephant. Fuck, those
Yeah.
are nice.
But where else are you gonna get that?
Nowhere in the world.
Nowhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Butterfly
That's what I'm
stingray.
saying.
Look at that
Nobody does
stingray
this.
shit. That's incredible.
So the whole thing,
Arctic
there's so
elephant,
much
doesn't
to
it?
it, but the main thing was it needs to be the best in the world. Okay,
If you're gonna charge that, it has to be.
the price isn't even reflective of the amount of work. Do you guys have
Saltwater
who has
crocodile?
Nikes on?
No,
So let's use an example with Nike. So a pair of Nikes, whether they're $60 Nikes or they're $1,000 Nikes,
The same quality.
they cost Nike around $4.50 to make. They're all made out of synthetic, like vinyl material. They have endless amounts of rolls to make them. It costs them nothing to make. $4.50. They could sell them for $1,000, and the reason they go for that much is just because scarcity, right? They're like, we're only making the
Some are
Travis
limited.
Scott.
The Travis Scotts are limited. Yeah.
Now they could produce 7 billion if they wanted to. They're not out of fabric. They just do it limited to try to get that higher price.
Yeah.
The stuff you see on that screen, most human beings on this planet have never seen that stuff before. How many people have ever seen shark leather, elephant leather, all ethically sourced.
I've never seen black
All ethically
grenades.
It doesn't matter if you work at a gas station or you're a multi-millionaire. Everybody sees that shit for the first time.
Yeah.
Even the guys, I know some of the richest fucking guys, like, they've never seen nothing like this.
And
going down.
how did Gordon Ryan come into play?
He's seen what we did, and he's like, dude, this fucking company, he bought some stuff. He's like, this company is incredible. He's like, you guys have the best customer service I've ever seen. And we just started talking.
He's the man, too.
Yeah,
as soon as you meet him, like,
he's so good.
He's the best.
He was just
Smart
really,
guy,
really
too.
interested in the brand. And then, he has sponsorships, but he doesn't own anything,
Which is the problem.
for all of them. Yeah.
No problem, yeah.
For all of them. And we're huge in jiu-jitsu. We started in jiu-jitsu. We basically dominate the whole jiu-jitsu scene as far as like money and exposure.
Yeah.
But we're even bigger in the hunting community. Like the
Really?
hunting community, we're gigantic.
Makes sense.
I mean, that's the reason our company is valued as high as it is because we have an enormous amount of hunters. I mean, truck drivers. We have dudes that own yachts that have these. We have tons of cops, tons of military. Just normal,
You guys
hardworking
aren't
Americans.
liberal?
Good people.
You're not
Fuck
woke?
no. I won't even sell flip-flops to a liberal. If I find out you're a liberal, I'll cancel your order.
I said the same
You
thing
can
with
walk
my
around
fast all
barefoot.
gas. I said, this car's not for you. This truck's not for you. If you're a liberal, if you voted Kamala, do not buy this.
Yeah, no. We hate them.
Yeah, same.
So the thing with the flip-flops is they're extremely difficult to make. Okay, so those Nikes we talked about, it costs Nike $4.50. They make $950, if you will, or $995, if you will,
Huge markup.
off each one. Okay, a pair of those elephant flip flops cost us like $600 to make in material. So we make a few $100, but it takes somebody 2 years to even begin to work on a pair. They have to be extremely skilled. The material's very scarce, so if you fuck it up, that's it. There's no more. There's no more. It's gone. That's it. That's all that's on the planet.
That makes it cool, though.
They're super durable. They last for a long time. And what they have that's the most important thing is the vegetable tan leather we use is the way leather's been used throughout history, right? For thousands and thousands of years, all the way back to the Egyptians, the Romans. If you had a sheath for your sword, if you had the strap that went underneath your helmet, the strap for your shield, it was made out of vegetable tanned leather. And what that means is you'd get an animal hide, and then you would get like a barrel or a drum, and you would soak it in these tannins of like tree bark and roots and stuff like that. And it would preserve the leather in an antimicrobial way that doesn't cause any adverse effects to people. The leather stuff people use nowadays, it's dog shit, low level, like particle board. It's soaked in chromium. We don't really talk about like the healthy part of it because that's kind of gay.
Yeah.
But you could, your dog could chew on these flip flops and be totally okay. And if your dog started chewing these flip flops, they wouldn't stop because they're going to recognize the natural flavor of it. Your dog won't chew up your shoes because they don't even understand what the fuck
toxic.
they don't understand what that material even is. But our flip flops, the number one way our flip flops get destroyed is dogs. They always chew them up.
Interesting.
They always chew them up.
God, I wish you guys made car steering wheels.
Right? Yeah, they would never wear out. We get suggested every day. I get a suggestion.
Yeah, I just get
We just make flip flops, dude.
Yeah, I get
There's a 4-month waiting list to get these.
Damn, dude.
4 months. So we always have about 500 in the queue. We ship out 20, 25 a day, and 25 a day more come back in.
Yeah.
It's just nonstop.
Good for you, brother.
And the thing is, well, how do you maintain the growth and the quality control, right?
It's tough.
For me,
mass
it's
scale.
easy. It's easy. We only move as fast as the quality.
Yeah.
So I won't move. I don't care if you have to wait 2 years. The quality needs to be there, and then it chips out.
You
So
know, there's a few companies like that. There's a few companies that do it right, and it's just you got to be willing to A, pay for it, and then B, wait. Like Innovate Wheels, they're American made. It's owned by I think a son and his dad. And the wheels, sometimes it's a year wait list, a 2 year wait list.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're the best in the game. They're local. They're in SoCal.
Craftsmanship on that level. Like look at a Rolex. I can't just go buy a Rolex, can I? Or is that done on purpose?
They're difficult to make.
They're
the
difficult to make.
craftsmanship in a
Yeah.
Rolex is really
High level.
craftsmanship. Yeah, you need what it takes for those guys to make that. It's years.
Well, great
and
wine
years.
is the same way. Like when you see, the reason you pay so much is the amount of care that goes into that wine. They'll make a whole they'll have a whole harvest and throw it away because it's not up to their standards.
And the thing we'll tell everybody is we're not for everybody. You know what I mean? If you could only afford
Here's my thing, AJ. You don't want to be for
I don't want to
everybody.
be. No.
I always tell
want
you
to
that. You
appreciate
don't
what
want
we
to be
make.
for everybody.
That's right.
If you're for everybody, you're doing it wrong.
I agree.
If everyone likes your shit, it's like, oh, this isn't what I represent. This isn't what I do. I'm not for everybody. God knows that. You're not for everybody. You want your product for everybody.
No, you're 100% right.
As soon as you start trying to, I don't want to offend anybody, dude.
There's something. So that's what I think about craftsmanship like that. It's truthful. Like it's the best you can do. And you've always been evolving and always trying to like create better stuff.
It's also an expression of you, like you're a tough dude. You want quality. You're a good person. Like, so the product's going to represent that.
Yep.
And then the other part too is, so I got this belief system that a lot of guys, a lot of companies rest on the fact that they make a world-class product. That to me is the most bottom level of what we do. Having the best product in the world is the price of admission.
Yep.
That's just what we have to do as American manufacturers to even play on the field. Everything else we do is above and beyond. So the big thing is, you go to any company, if we just clicked on any business on Instagram, our favorite companies, and you sent them a message, they're advertising to you on Instagram. You sent them a message, you're not going to hear back from them.
Never.
You're not going to hear back from them for a while until one of their interns.
Horrible customer service.
Horrible.
Usually.
We're the opposite. We set everything up so that our best fucking people are talking to our customers. I'm the best person. So if you message us on Instagram, you're going to either talk to me or I'm going to talk through my assistant, where she's reading the text message and I'm saying exactly what to type out. That's our belief system, because it's weird. Companies suck at getting you to spend money. They suck. And what I do is I take all the companies I deal with that I fucking hate, and we make rules for toehold.
Yeah.
For example, I got a helmet for a motorcycle I got this really nice Harley. They sent me the wrong helmet. Not a big deal. I called them up and I said, hey, you guys sent me the wrong one. Instead of saying, oh, fuck, thanks for letting me know, I'll get you the right one out right away.
Please send that one back.
Her solution was, would you like a refund? Oh. And I was like, you know what? Now that you mention it, absolutely. Because what's happened in that situation, if you analyze it, the CEO of that company is out doing something and he's paying some person whatever dollar amount he pays them to give away his money. He's already spent money on marketing.
Yep.
He's already got my sale. He's already shipped everything. They've gone through the whole process, and then they're paying somebody to give his money back out.
You know why? Because they got too big.
Exactly.
They got too big, and
most
how
importantly,
did Jobs? Because you were on calls with Jobs.
He did.
You're talking about Steven?
Yeah. Stevie.
Steven.
I call him Stevie.
Well,
Stevie.
Steven.
But the thing is, we care more.
Yeah.
That's it. We care more.
But here's my thing, AG. You care more right now because you can handle that bandwidth. But if it gets to a certain scale,
way bigger, it's easy. So one thing I've always dealt with is, how are you going to overcome this next obstacle? At the beginning, it was just me making flip-flops.
Yeah.
So the big question was, AG, how could you possibly ever scale this?
How do
Remember?
you scale
Yep.
it? Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. If I could learn to make flip-flops, I could teach other people to make flip-flops.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. I want to talk
Tell me about your
Joy
wiener.
Mode's.
Tell me about
talk
your
about
old
Joy
wiener.
Mode's sexual performance booster product. It's like a pre-workout for sex. Okay?
Yeah, but dude, I use the prescription stuff, and I have so many nasty side effects.
This is natural and science-backed.
Is it better than going to the gas station and getting like the Rhino 5000?
Yeah. Okay.
I've been rock hard for 7 years.
You know why? Because you know exactly what's in it. It's got clinically supported doses of arginine, and clinically supported is really important. Nitrate, L-citrulline, Panax ginseng, vitamin C. All of these things promote basically blood flow by boosting the levels of arginine, nitrate, and promoting nitric oxide production. That's what creates penile tissue relaxation and increased drive. How about that? So you got all that stuff.
All you got to do is tear open the sack. All right. You mix in 6 to 8 ounces of water, and then you're ready to go 45 minutes to 4 hours prior to doing the dirty. So if you're ready to spice things up in the sack and boost your sex game, do it naturally with all the nasty prescription drugs. Boy, do we have an offer for you. Go to tryjoymode.com/fighter. Enter fighter at checkout for 20% off your first order. That's tryjoymode.com/fighter for 20% off your first order. Ooh. Thanks, Joy Mode.
And I took the most difficult guys you can imagine and taught them how to make flip-flops to prove that other people can learn. It's super grueling. It's super hard.
You just gotta stay
All
with
of our staff are professional fighters. So they're like
That's an
living
interesting
out
move.
their careers to be in the UFC or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're making fucking $78,000 a year making flip-flops.
Interesting. And do they have ownership of the company or
No.
No.
No, that's sacred.
Yeah.
But they make a nice living. They get tons of perks. Here's what toehold perks look like working for us. You've done a good job. Let's go out and shoot some pigs. Here's a brand new $4,000 AR rifle, a Heckler and Koch rifle. Here's new rims for your car. We shower our employees with really nice stuff.
That's cool.
It's the perks of working.
And how many employees do you have?
We have 6.
That's it.
Yeah. 6 people that just do the manufacturing. We have a whole design team. We have guys that just do wallets, but just for the flip-flops, there's 6 people that work on them.
And you took your thing from Apple because they never lower their prices.
No, and Apple doesn't give a fuck. Apple's like, we're making the best shit on earth, and this is what it costs. And if you want it, here it is. If you don't,
and people will pay it if people pay for quality.
The people who want quality want it. Now, if you go to Louis Vuitton, for say, all of us have some money. If we want to buy our girl a bag, we could all go buy the same bag from them exactly the same way. The majority of what we do is custom. So I might get a hide-in from Africa where this is the only one in the world.
Yeah.
And like maybe your girl get a bag or whatever, or a wallet or a pair of flip-flops, and they're the only humans on this planet that have that. The only ones.
And for that price, that's what you want.
Yeah, and it's not even that crazy of a price.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like for that quality and
100%.
stuff.
They last forever.
I bought Gordon's wife a bag for like $7,000 from Chanel, like as a gift, as like a just as like a welcome to the family gift. And I was like, this is nice, but it's not $7,000.
You can tell. You can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, the markup.
Hermes has the bag. They have
Hermes
the
makes really nice bags. Yeah. Really nice bags.
Can I just switch gears for a second and just talk about? Has Gordon talked about what it's like to roll with John? Have they actually rolled hard?
John
Jones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he could tap John whenever he wants.
Really?
Yeah.
You stopped the fun conversation for that dumbass question.
I'm sorry. Go back.
You know what you would do to John?
John's
what, Brian?
John's good at wrestling and jiu-jitsu.
So I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but
so as fast as John would beat him in MMA, Gordon would beat him in jiu-jitsu, but probably faster and worse. Yes, dude.
So one thing he had said is, John Jones, if you hit something on him, you don't hit it a second time. He learns so fast and he's so good.
Yeah.
He's like a computer. You maybe catch him with it a second time, but that's it. He's figured it out.
But Gordon has 1,000 ways to do it.
1,000.
Yeah, Gordon's a supercomputer. So when people say like, what's so good about him? People do that lazy. Well, he's big, he's strong. No, everyone's big and strong, bro. There's not a move. Well, we all have stuff we're good at, right? This is my move. This is my trick. I'm good at this. Fuck, I never go down this road. Gordon's a master at every single possible movement the human body can make. All of them.
Have you met Gordon?
Yeah.
He's super smart.
Yeah.
Very smart. Super high IQ.
Yeah.
He's like one of those Boston Dynamic robots, bro.
Yeah.
That just has all the information.
Jesus,
and really? And he's strong as fuck. He could not even know jujitsu and he'd be a handful just because how fucking strong he is. He's like
Luke Rockhold told me he's so inhumanly strong.
Yeah, I've rolled with a lot of UFC guys. Some of them are fucking super technical and just destroy you in a million ways, and some of them are super technical, but they're hydraulic when you touch them. Like you can't even you can't move their wrist. You can't do anything to them.
Who's that? Give me an example,
dude.
I'll give you one. Eric Spicey. That motherfucker is like part chimpanzee.
Really?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, you can't move his joints. Nothing moves.
Did you see someone decide to fight Yoel Romero in dirty boxing?
It was so bad.
He took it on short notice.
That dude right there?
That motherfucker, you could not get his grips off you if you wanted to. He's like a chimpanzee. You know, we always talk about chimps are crazy strong.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is retarded strong. He's one of fucking hundreds of guys. Hundreds of guys.
Damn.
It's not muscle strong. It's a different type of
the fibers are different.
Hydraulic is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Chin, bring up for Brian so you can get a hard on.
Can I pause?
What?
Can we use it different? Is chimpanzee a little too on the mark here?
No, it's just a strength thing.
No. Hey, woke fuck. You think we can cancel a
Hey,
chimpanzee?
Is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah, he looks so much like a chimp.
Okay, we'll have to take that out. For
No, I'm saying. That's why I'm pausing.
If you think that way, no, chimpanzee's strong. That's a reference.
All right.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's really funny.
Yeah.
What'd you want?
Bring up Yoel Romero, the highlight of that boxing. He's first of all, he's not cutting weight. He's so big.
Were you there when you were calling the fight? Right?
No. This is Mike Perry.
It's crazy. He's
dirty boxing, so it's a smaller ring. Look how jacked he is in this.
Oh my God. He's a superhero.
But who the fuck's fighting him in dirty boxing?
I can't imagine.
Jesus. But Gordon's
I'll get it.
Gordon's comically strong. Like when you grab him, you just start laughing because it's so fucking silly. It doesn't even make any sense. I know he's
a bit of a
I know I've heard a lot of things about him too.
I mean, because I was doing a signing with the Mountain Thor, and he was like, "Yeah, look at him. Look how big he is."
Oh my God!
Just
on
one short
too.
left.
Look at him. Look how jacked he is right now.
45.
No, he's 47. He's my age.
Oh, come on.
Hey, that's a Cuban 47, so he's probably 50. So.
Look at him.
Jacked city. But I was talking to Thor, and he was like, "Yeah, I went, you rolled with my boy Gordon." He's like, "Yeah, I don't get it, man. I'm so much bigger." And he was like surprised, and I love Thor. He's the best. He's the salt of the earth. But I'm like, you thought you had a chance? Like, do you not?
He rolled with who?
With Gordon Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, he fucking he did whatever you want. I'm like, yeah.
You would. You would too.
With Thor, not as easy as Gordon.
No,
no.
but
yeah, I would tap him out, but not like you're talking. I don't know. Gordon has him in the air like this. Gordon, spider guard, doing whatever the fuck he wants, dude.
Jesus Christ. Although this
400 pounds.
Bam Bam over here deadlifted how much?
6, like.
No. You but for time you did really.
Oh, there, yeah.
How much was it? In a minute you did like some crazy number.
Yeah, I forget.
And then you pulled that truck like you were
Pulled the truck. I lost to him by a second.
I mean, it's not bad.
Oh, I seen that video. That was impressive.
By a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, Callen won't shut up about how strong you are.
Well, you're strong.
Yeah, just do it in the right crowds, man. I don't need problems,
Yeah. No, we're talking
AG
about
knows some
hydraulics.
strong guys, man. But Yoel, I mean, just the fuck.
That's it.
Who the fuck is signing up for a paycheck to fight him
I don't
short
know.
notice?
Look at him.
I get frustrated watching him fight because I just want him to wrestle and
Look at
throw
his
people.
look at his fucking.
That's ridiculous.
His lats.
It goes like to his ears.
He's built like a stingray.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different. That's a cybernetic organism. That's a whole different thing.
His skin's gonna tear. He has so many steroids in him.
Yeah.
How dare you say it takes steroids?
Well, now he probably does for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And by now I mean forever. But
So you had mentioned before that you went to that haunted mansion in Las Vegas. Remember?
Zak Bagans?
Zach, yeah,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So
Zak's my boy.
Our lodge is right next door. That we share a fence.
Oh,
the
sick.
Freemason Lodge, and the parking lot where most people park is in our parking lot when we're not in session.
Oh, love it.
There's this jiu-jitsu guy I knew, a Jean-Jacques guy that came out from LA to Vegas to build that place over the course of like a couple of years. And I forgot what it is, but what's like the final thing they have there? Like
They have something they don't know for everybody. It's like the VIP, whatever. And Zach was like, dude, you have to go in the basement. By
basement,
yourself.
right.
Because in the basement is where there's satanic like conjurings, like meetings, but they also murdered 2 people down there. Yeah.
so
It's so scary.
my buddy built this place. I wanted to say his name, but I don't know if I should. But he built the whole place. He does like set design in Hollywood, really high level.
So well
has a
done.
beautiful mansion in Malibu. Really wealthy guy. And as it went on, you could just see his personality start to change, like from working there. And I just figured it's stress from the job. He'd come in and train with us, and then I'd walk next door and like talk to him over the fence. And he's like, "You want to go in and see the place?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I don't want to see that shit." So check this out. So he put the finishing touches on the building. Had to come back for a few more trips, and then one day in the middle of the night, this is his wife telling the story. This is Jean-Jacques and his wife telling me. They're in bed. It's dark. He just sat straight up in bed, put his feet on the floor, got up, walked out the bedroom, out the front door, and he's never been seen since.
What?
Yeah. Like for years, just vanished. Just got up and vanished.
Fuck.
And family, kids, beautiful, like wife,
No
everything.
history of mental health.
Nothing. No, normal guy. Just a fucking guy's guy, dude.
Damn.
Brian's face.
Yeah.
What?
And when you were talking about that,
sat up and just walked.
sat up in bed, turned, put his feet on the floor, stood up, and just like Frankenstein walked out the front door.
There's something to it too. 'Cause
into the night.
When they had Post Malone and he did like a private tour with Zach, he has that. It's supposedly the most haunted thing in the world, and Zach bought it for whatever millions of dollars. And Post goes, "Oh, I want to take it out and touch it." And Zach goes, "Please don't do that." He's like, "Come on, man." He's like, "Dude, I'm telling you, we shouldn't do this." He does it. Post Malone's flight crashed. He survived. His flight crashed. The next day, he had a concert. He fell through the concert flooring. He got, then after that, a week later, because it comes in threes, I guess, a week later, he gets in a car crash. I don't know.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Wild, dude.
Wow.
Scary.
Thing, right?
Yeah. It's so scary.
Damn.
My brother was so scared.
Jay?
Yeah.
Aw.
We were so scared. I loved it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's wild, dude.
Crazy, right?
I wonder where he went.
I'm gonna
Yeah, who knows?
I
Where
don't.
the fuck did he go?
I was hoping it was
tell the
something
story.
cool, like you have a side chick or something. No, he just vanished into the night.
I'll tell you a story.
Just walked down
I
the
haven't
street.
said this, but yeah. So unfortunately, I didn't tell anybody, but our the woman who helped us with our children, and
You told me this?
Yeah, well, I didn't tell the podcast, but the woman who helped us with our children and the house and stuff, she was murdered by her boyfriend, and he's in jail now. And this was about 2 months ago, and it was really
That's not
devastating.
the chick this morning when I came out of the bedroom.
No. It was
It was a ghost.
Yeah, it was. And my wife was very close to her and stuff like that. So I will say that. So
Hey, man.
my wife. I've been having these crazy. So my wife comes up and she goes, "I'm not sleeping in that room anymore," and I go, "Why?" It's our bedroom.
Oh, 'cause she used to stay with you guys?
Yeah, no, she was in the house all the time. She goes, and that was her favorite room in the house. That our bedroom. She would like clean there. She liked it because it's got you can hear we have a water thing outside. She likes it. So she goes, "I'm not sleeping in there anymore." I go, "Why?" She goes, "Because I keep getting pulled under into the bed and shaken."
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I don't believe in any of that stuff.
yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
Okay, none.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm having a hard time.
me.
I'm having a hard time myself.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
know that, right? And so I look at her and I go, what's happening? And she goes, she will jump on my stomach and I'll go like this, or she'll pull me under.
But why would she do that? Because she's
There's a
friendly.
whole reason for that, which there's a whole reason that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'll just say it. My wife's trying to help her because my wife figured out she was being abused by this man. And that's why my wife was so devastated, because she was trying to help her.
Because she knew she was being abused at
Yes.
home, and she's
Said,
trying
"You
to
gotta
get her
leave
out."
this guy.
Yes.
According to this woman's cousin, when she did say that, he killed her. And then he got in his car and took off. And this psychic told my wife that he was going to come to my wife's. I was on the road. He was going to my house. He was going to go and settle a score for her telling her that.
Yeah.
And then he said he just couldn't do it. And then the cops called him. Okay? And he went to jail. And he's in jail. That's what a psychic said. There's all this stuff.
Is it
Either way,
crazy white dude?
that night, my wife was having a dream. That night, she was having a dream. And the broom and everything, like we had to sing, everything fell in the kitchen. And my wife grabbed the gun and went upstairs thinking there was an intruder. So my wife's convinced that was our lady who had been murdered saying, "Wake up, grab the gun, because he's coming." Now, I'm not a believer in any of this stuff. I don't believe in any of this. Okay? I just don't. Sorry. I know it
There's
sounds
a lot
like
of
great.
coincidence there.
A lot of
though.
coincidence. Okay. So she says, she keeps, I keep getting, she's trying to tell me she's sorry, and all this stuff. Whatever the case, she kept getting pulled into the bed, and she would get, somebody would jump on her. And I looked at her like this. Now, I don't believe in this.
Yeah.
Well, I was having the same exact dreams.
What the fuck?
What?
I was having the exact same dreams.
Well, where were the dreams?
Oh, I don't know. Getting pulled all the way under.
I'm confused. So you didn't actually get pulled into the bed. You were dreaming. You got pulled in the bed. Okay.
But I was
Carry
also
on.
awake. I remember being awake, and then I got woken up with, boom, she jumped on my stomach. Exact same dreams. And then when I told her that, forget it. She's like, are you full of shit? I go, I'm actually not full of shit. I'm actually not. That's actually true.
But
here's the difference.
Subconsciously, though,
I'm not
did she
afraid of
tell you
ghosts.
that dream, and then you had that dream?
Okay, very, very good question. Very good question. And that would always be the answer. The truth is, no.
No.
The truth is, I was also having it.
Now, is yours different because you're being held down by guys?
Well, that is that. I was in prison and I was being held by a bunch of woods.
Because it sounds like hers is a nightmare, yours is a dream.
Is that what it is?
There's a lot of black guys in a gangbang.
Okay,
right?
I never said that, but I mean, it maybe now that you say that.
You say it still.
What's funny about me with any kind of stuff like that is it doesn't scare me because I'm not afraid of ghosts. So what I do is I try to I don't know, I just kind of, it doesn't scare me.
Speaking of gangbangs, how insane is the Diddy shit? Have you gone deep into it?
He's gone down that rabbit hole.
I haven't gone.
It's
I'm on the surface level.
It's insane, dude.
When you talk about gangbangs, what are we talking about here?
Oh, dude, they were gangbanging kids, boys, girls, teenagers, dudes, old dudes, fat black dudes. He fucked everything.
So he walks into the room, he's like, oh, look at all these attractive people.
Everything.
It was a power thing too. Like there was a guy who came out and was like, yeah, he put his dick in my mouth and forced, fucked my mouth.
Well, that's the guy. He had merch, I guess. He was going to sell his line. The other guy had a competing line at Macy's.
There's a number of guys.
There's hundreds of YouTube videos. Some of them are older stuff that people said in the past that nobody believed. Some of them are brand new that people are talking about. They have photos of them being together and stuff. But a lot of it is like they were smoking crack, gangbanging like some young chicks. And then one of the girls had said, her words, she was like, he made the older white Jewish dude fuck me because he said, if he don't fuck me, I'm going to fuck him. Like just crazy
just
shit.
Just a power, like crazy, weird
crazy
shit.
Wow. Bad.
Now he's supposed to take the stand.
He is?
Yeah.
His lawyers are going to let him do that?
Yeah, because they're threatening right now. Like, some of y'all better figure this out because he's about to release some names. So who knows? I think he ends up dead before he's able to speak.
They have the people that the accusers are saying, they're everybody.
Is it?
They're everybody.
All the big
names. Yeah, could we say what they said?
Yeah.
So one chick had said J-Lo stuck a bottle inside her when she was 14. Another chick had said that a limo driver had brought her to a party. They drugged her, and Diddy and DiCaprio ran a train on her.
Wow.
Just endless. So it's Jacob the jeweler. He's involved in it. These are what they're saying online, but
yeah.
But a lot of is that on? That's what I say. Is that online chatter?
Their Instagram interviews with people, and they're showing here, this is my Polaroid. I was at this party. This is what happened. And then you got the guys like that soft white underbelly guy that does all those videos. He remembered a chick starting to tell a story about a Diddy party years ago. So he went back, found the footage, found the chick, brought her back in for a follow-up. And she was saying that she went in, so you weren't allowed to go inside the house unless you were invited. They gave you certain slippers, which meant you could go in the house. We gotta get toe-hold flip-flops involved in that. No. You know what I mean? No. But she was saying when he went inside, there was guys fucking girls. It was like a big orgy. But she called them little people, but because she didn't want to flag it, they were kids in fishnet stockings and G-strings. On
tables, right?
Holding cocktails and stuff like that. Here's my thing about
that. There's gotta be, if people are having an orgy and they're adults, there are plenty, that's all good, all good. There are plenty of people in orgies. If you saw a, 13-year-old, there are a lot of people that'd be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" You know what I mean? That's why I don't buy it. Because a lot of times I'm like, there are too many people who they were like, too many people would be like.
It depends though.
She said she left when she seen the kids. She was like, "Fuck this shit's sinister." Because she was all like,
there's a lady doing an interview like that. She was on TikTok and she was saying, she went to authorities, did all this stuff because she was a kid and they would bust them in. So it's like a group of kids.
From where?
And she's older now. They found them from orphanages. They'd find them where they didn't have parents. Because she came from that, and she's showed up. And she's like, I was standing on a table, and she was like, it wasn't during the regular party. Yeah. It was like a party, and then the people that stayed were the people that are in.
So here's my thing. I don't doubt that there are people that do this or would do this.
You don't think it's P Diddy?
It's not that. I don't put anything past him after I saw that Cassie video of him beating the shit out of her. What I'm saying is this. I think he's a very bad guy. I'm saying that, I think when the actual dust settles and the courts and the prosecutors have looked at all the evidence,
you won't find that information. But that information, if he is doing that and there's powerful people involved, like Epstein, you're not going to find out the list. You're not going to find out the details.
Why not? Oh, because they want to be. I don't know if you can.
Well, here's how the feds work.
Yeah.
When the feds arrest you, the feds don't arrest you and then investigate. The feds take years of investigation.
Yes.
And then the last thing they do once they've gone before the grand jury, once they've gone before the attorney general and the case is closed, then they go and grab you.
Right. So they've got
and
a
if
case
more
already.
stuff comes out, they'll add to it. So right now the feds they just want to get them on the RICO, racketeering, whatever, all that sort of stuff. That's all they need. Everything else will close up. But as soon as these kids get involved, he literally has like 300 civil suits against him right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
300. And all they need is one of those kids. You know, I mean, the FBI is interviewing all of them, talking to all of them.
That's what I mean. Well,
So
what I'm saying is the FBI is
fucked.
pretty thorough. So well, I'm going to wait for that report, and that I'm sure it'll be damning.
You're not going to get a thorough report, is what I'm saying, though.
Okay. Well, I think you will.
I think
I don't think anybody
unless
tells the
they're
FBI what to do.
Oh, really? Have you seen the Epstein list?
unless they're
Who's on there?
politicians are different. They have top tier, decision making.
And you don't think there's some on that list?
I think that's what I'm saying. If
That's
there
why I'm saying
is-
you're not gonna
if
see
there
it.
is,
Yeah, you're not
If
gonna
they're
see
just
it.
Hollywood guys, those Hollywood guys are fucked.
Those Hollywood guys are fucked.
I don't
but
think politicians can do that much. They can't call the FBI.
Then why
and say,
haven't you
"Hey,
seen
don't
the
do
Epstein
that."
list? You know how many politicians are on there?
There's a very good reason for that.
There's different
very good
levels.
reason for the
Why?
Epstein list.
There's different levels
No,
to
I'll tell you
politicians.
exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why.
Love to hear it.
Because you're dealing with intelligence agencies. Now you're dealing with the Mossad. Now you're dealing with the CIA. Now you're dealing with national security issues, and you're dealing with a guy who was working for probably Israeli intelligence.
Yes.
So
that has an
now-
entire list of government presidents, officials.
Yeah, but Bubba, that's a very different power structure.
You're crazy.
Than a rapper
You're
who
crazy
has
if,
a lot of
if you
money.
don't think there's some Democrats on that list. You're crazy. If that
Democrats, good luck. Good luck dealing with the Justice Department now.
But what's the
Bondi's is a Republican. She loves Trump. So you're not going to get shit by her.
what exactly is the list? Is it his flight logs? Because anybody could have been on the flight.
No, I think
Is
what
it like who
I
went to
actually
the
think
island?
I think what happened is two
Is
things.
it eyewitnesses who are giving
Yeah,
them
Two things I think happened.
like
One,
what's the you sign in when you get to the island?
no,
Like,
no.
what's the actual list?
I think what happened is this. I really think this is what happened. All those victims had lawyers. And they went to all these powerful people with a lot of money. And they said, we have tape on you. We have this, that, and the other thing. And you're talking about people with crazy amounts of money.
Yeah.
And
Unlimited
people
money.
got paid. So a lot of people in that Epstein thing, I think you'd find, have been they just went away because they got a crazy payday. Now, it might have been from, a shell company that was an intelligence agency, whatever it is, but they made that shit
The
go
government
away.
doesn't care.
Well, the government needs witnesses who are willing to testify.
That's what I'm saying.
Those witnesses got paid off, right? Or intimidated beyond a measure, shadow of a doubt, but probably paid off to a large degree. I think, because remember, who was it? It was a lot of professional women. It was a lot of younger girls. Who knows where they are? But
It gets
but
tricky,
once
too,
they
when
once
the
they
main
hire
guy-
lawyers, they go, hey, the lawyers always reach out and say, hold on, before we do that, let's see if we can get you $10 million.
Well, this Diddy, the original girl that came out, went to him first, like, hey, I want money. And Diddy went, fuck you. She went, okay, cool. But she had a whole thing of information, of evidence. And a prosecutor saw this, like, oh, there's a massive case here.
Did you hear how the whole thing broke open? Did you hear the Jamie Foxx thing?
Yeah, but that's also rumor, right?
No, it's not.
Let's hear it.
So
how he got sick?
So Jamie Foxx says this in his special. They take your phone away so they don't have the footage of it. But the people in his audience was like, this is what Jamie Foxx said as we were recording his special, which will air shortly. Jamie Foxx said that P Diddy drugged him and gave him like a pneumonia or some shit.
Yep.
We all thought he was in the hospital because of COVID or a vaccine or something.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx says in his special, I went to the FBI. I'm the one that got all this started. This is what his audience is saying after the
Who were
recording.
at his live taping.
Correct.
What the fuck?
But is that going to be in his special?
Yes. Well, they said it's going to be. It's part of his act. Like he brings it up in his act. So how crazy is
he
it
was
if Jamie Foxx fucking
kick this off?
Why
Yeah.
would Jamie Foxx have beef with P Diddy?
He's trying to
Who
kill
knows?
him.
Yeah. Well, what the people in the audience had said was it was something about that he was filming at the party, like showing what was going on, and Diddy was like, "Yo, dog, put your phone away." That's what the audience is saying. And then he didn't, and then wound up getting pneumonia'd.
Yeah, you never know though. Jamie might also be
What?
joshing. I don't know.
No, you wouldn't josh about that.
Yeah.
The reason you got sick, you're blaming P
That's
Diddy?
crazy.
That wouldn't be something you
But how would you even know that somebody gave you cyanide?
Quit being so rational, bro.
I know. I like it. I'm very
so
intrigued.
rational.
I'm liking it.
You're not fun.
No, I like
Have
it.
a sip.
I
Have
like
a
it.
sip.
I like it.
All right, Chin, give some current events. Yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen with
And
it.
thank you guys so much for having me. You guys
Hey,
are awesome.
hey,
course,
dude,
brother.
if I could find somebody who can hit every topic Schaub is into, you did it.
Want to go about
nailed
fish
it.
tanks?
What
I love fish.
Oh, but
dude.
he breeds. Tell him about this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, check
do you
this
got,
out.
Doug?
So, just on the side, I started breeding like some of the most expensive snakes in the world. Ball pythons.
Oh, fuck.
We're gonna start building crazy advanced genetics and sell $20,000-$30,000 snakes. There's already a market for it, but we're gonna step
Bring
it up
up
to the
ball
next
pythons,
level.
expensive ball pythons. Look at how beautiful.
And how are they different than like your standard pet store ball
amazing
So
python?
they don't
colors.
get. Oh, can you go to Instagram and pull up Las Vegas ball pythons?
On Instagram?
Yeah,
Do you know Chop out there?
I know of him. I don't know him. I never
I
met
figured
him.
you guys would know each other.
Who is that?
Las Vegas ball pythons. This is my boy Steve's page. So the crazy thing with the genetics, so a ball python only gets like 4 feet long. So look at that one in the middle there, the first one.
Oh, he's cool.
Damn.
Something like that would take 20 years of breeding to create.
That's incredible.
And they would have gone for, this has been out for a while, but they would have gone for like $25,000
Damn, that's a
for a
big
snake like
snake.
that. It only gets like 4 feet
They're
long.
great pets. I had one. I love
It likes to live in the dark.
afraid of
It's not
snakes?
going to like, you go to Greece for 2 months and you don't need to fucking worry about it. Just
Yep.
get the temperature right. You have a beautiful pet.
It's all about the
They're
color.
gorgeous.
The
Dude,
color.
crazy
Look at-
colors. Yeah, the
watch
more
out,
you
Schaub
learn,
will
it's
get
almost
one.
like koi fish. Like the more you know about it, the crazier it gets. They're pretty nice. Like they're great with kids, and they don't.
Stop it.
There, I had one.
Stop
Look at
it.
that one. Dude, I had the regular ball python. They're the
yeah.
best.
And you guys built some cool aquariums for him to live in?
So they like these tubs because they live under termite mounds in Africa. So they want to live in the dark, and they want nothing to do with you. They don't want you don't need to go home and
They're
see them.
super docile. You can pick them up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I Eskimo kiss them and stuff. They're cool.
Oh, wow.
Look at that one.
Now, are some mean and try to bite me sometimes? Yeah,
I'm sure.
I almost got bit in the face by one of my big ones the other day.
Burmese pythons will fuck with you.
I got 2 Burmese.
Yeah, they're nasty.
And a
I had one
reticulated.
of those. You have a reticulated? It's the
Yeah.
longest
Do you
snake
not
in the
like
world.
snakes?
No.
Look at that.
And you feed? Do you feed
Not in
them
the least
mice?
bit.
Live rats. Yeah.
Live rats.
Yeah.
It's not a pet.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
Look how
not.
beautiful it is.
You just said they don't want to be touched. They want to be left alone.
No, they have no problem being.
Yeah, you can pick them up, but they don't need your affection. You know, like a dog.
Yeah, they
you know,
don't need you. Yeah, they're kind of like cats.
Yeah, they're cool, beautiful
do their own
jewelry to
shit.
have. Go check out. But that's what I'm
So
doing
they're
on
a
the
whole
side.
subculture.
That's your side hustle.
I have like 105 of them.
Dear heavens,
brother.
why?
Oh
that
my
many?
God.
at your house.
anybody-
Yeah. We have some bangers too, dude. We're gonna make some of the world's first stuff humans have never seen before.
I'd love to see them.
Yeah,
I
send
mean,
me
I
some
don't want
pics.
one as a pet. I got enough of them.
I'll mail you one.
Those are cool.
I'll mail you one. Mail to the studio. You guys will-
No.
Thanks for having me on. Just a giant
No, thanks.
Starving snake.
Thanks.
starving snake.
Look how cool that is. The broken pattern.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
The cool head
That's
stamp on
incredible.
there.
Cool, for sure.
Super cool,
And with these
guys.
ball pythons, they're all matte colored too, so they look
Oh, that's
sick.
cool.
They look sick.
Chim, would you fuck with a snake? I feel like you're a snake guy.
When I was younger, I used to love
I'd buy my
snakes, but
son
not
one.
anymore.
Don't you have a snake tattoo?
Same thing.
My son would.
You don't
my,
know.
son,
Yeah, yeah.
my son would fuck with that.
I just remembered. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they're
Son
cool
would
as
love a
shit.
snake. That's a really.
Because I'm near the snake. That's why I did the snake.
They are. I love snakes. They actually bring your cortisol levels down when you just feel them.
So we make the most expensive flip flops in the world and the most expensive snakes in the world.
That's pretty cool. Do a Black Friday deal. Get the most expensive snake and the sandals.
there you
We'll just slip a
10%
snake
off.
in your box. Maybe you get a snake, maybe you don't.
Oh my.
This Black Friday at Toehold, you might get a
might
rare
get a-
python.
Oh,
you never
right.
know.
If you guys like what we do, go to our Instagram, TOE_HOLD. You could go to our website, but really our Instagram is where you could interact with us, see what we do. If what we have isn't in your price range, you could get a shirt, you could get a hat, or just simply follow us online.
And see hot chicks all the
If
time.
you're into hot chicks, anyone who doesn't follow us is obviously gay. Go up, Jim, go up to the latest post. That one right there.
one?
Girl walking up the stairs. That's from this morning. Callen wouldn't collab that post.
I'm like, what do you? How am I? I'm doing comedy. You want me to?
Yeah, that's funny.
Although that's
right
just
there.
an incredible.
That's
insane.
funny.
That's art.
I mean, that's art. That is art. That's actually. What does it say? Stairway to Heaven. More like Stairway to Style. Our high-end leather flip-flops are so comfy and classy. She's not even wearing.
I know.
flip-flops.
Yeah.
I
We
love
say
it.
if you notice that there's no flip flops in the ad, you're gay. Go to one more. Go to one more, Chin. Go to the one with Oli and the blonde in the middle.
Her?
Yeah, that's in my office. That's a toll. Next time you're in Vegas, you got to come by the headquarters.
Yeah.
What is that?
Vegas?
Yeah, for sure.
I like fur. I like fur blankets.
Yeah, that's made of like 30 German foxes.
And where do you find? There's a lot of foxes. And where do you find so many foxes?
Bro, I meet these chicks at Tesla charging stations. They're just hanging out, looking to
Dude, you're a Tesla
suck. I got a truck. I got a Tesla. I got a Harley. I got it all.
You do.
Yeah, they're all great. They're all great.
And a brown belt, even though they want to give you your black belt.
Yeah, I keep avoiding the black belt.
Why?
Just because. Chicks like brown belts. Anyone can get a black belt.
How about that rash
Anyone
guard?
can get a black belt. Which one do you like?
The Trump
rash
one.
guards.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach Casey said during our grand opening he was going to give me a black belt, but he said he opened up his drawer. He didn't have my size, so he just said, fuck it. I'll do it later.
Dude, you got Peanut the squirrel, never forget.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Click on that one. Let's see
You
that
sell a lot of those rash guards.
do we sell
You know that
hundreds of
story
these?
where they put
Oh, yeah.
that's great.
Killed the
Never
squirrel.
forget. That's fucking great.
Yeah, we crushed with that one. And here's the deal. We make our own rash guards. We're not buying the shit from Pakistan.
Yeah.
So everything we have, we bake everything, 100% of the process. I don't outsource fucking anything. There's a brother, the Bryan Shaw. That's the best one.
Brian's great. Oh, that Instagram is lit. I'm rock hard. Look at big ass Brian trying to
How
rip
big
the
his
thing.
hands are.
He's so big.
You could, if you pull it from like an angle your foot wouldn't normally pull on, you could break it. Yeah. Just like a truck. If you have a truck that could tow a lot,
Yeah.
and you tow it from like the door handle, it'll
you're
break.
fucked.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm such a gazelle. Look at the size of him.
Yeah, dude, in prison, you're telling us
Yeah,
stories.
bro.
What?
You're telling us stories and jacking us off at night.
You're gonna be
That's not gay.
you're gonna be a fifi in prison. It's a jerk off thing. You get a towel, you wrap a towel, you get a latex glove in the middle, you wrap a towel around it, then you pull it over and you just bang it, bro. It'd be a fifi.
That's
All right, Chin, give some current events.
Love you guys.
Brian's a fifi.
We love you.
Real quick, thank you so much, AG. AG actually hooked me up with sandals because my buddy, he loves sandals and he was going through some
mean
tough
flip-flops?
times. Or flip-flops, sorry.
Sandals are what
Flip-flops.
gay Romans wear.
Yeah,
Flip-flops are what
dude.
straight
Get it
Americans
right,
wear.
Chin.
Yeah, but AG just hit, he's like, dude, whatever you want, any, price,
Yeah, we
he's like,
love you
just
guys.
do it. Just
Anything we
customize
can
it.
do for you guys.
Thank you so much
cool,
for that.
man.
Appreciate it.
AG was a listener forever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when I started the company, you're by yourself. You're always alone. Your friends only want to hang out for a little while.
Yeah.
And I'd always have the pod in the background. I have Rogan in the background.
Love it.
And I would just listen and and then put a business podcast on where it was like the guys who started Home Depot and then like the guys who started Ben & Jerry, and they're telling their like story on how they started.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing motivating you to keep going.
going, yeah.
And keep in mind, we're in Vegas. It's 120 degrees in the
Straight up
garage.
sweatshop.
Sweatshop.
Christ.
Yeah.
A straight up sweatshop.
Give us some
us
current
some-
events.
Alrighty. So, have you seen this video yet of a
Yeah.
female triathlon athlete that said to the camera, like, just don't catch my backside because I shit
She
my
shit her
pants.
pants?
Yeah.
God, what a badass.
And she won first
Let me see her.
place.
Does anyone
Go
show
up,
up?
go up.
hard as she could, and she went all in. Myself? So can you not get my ass? Sorry.
I just shit myself. Just a beast.
What a beast.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross.
I mean, that is not. Yeah.
It's fucking gross.
That's what you
Taylor
get.
Nix,
Hey,
go back up.
that's what you get for running.
Yeah. fuck
Yeah, they
running.
shit themselves.
Yeah.
$210,000.
I'm sure Cam Haynes has shit himself.
I'm not interested in.
This is an older one, but this Instagram thing is awesome. It's called Turons of National Park.
Tours of national parks.
Turons, like a moron of. Okay, so
gotcha.
just watch.
Tourons.
Yeah.
Damn coyotes.
Watch. Yeah, I gotta here we go.
Why is he trying to pet this fucking
He's dumb.
wild coyote?
That's a young coyote. That's a
still though.
It's a baby.
Ow, motherfucker.
What did you think?
Bitch got me.
Thank you. What do you
So
think
yeah,
was
so
going to happen?
tourist morons basically is what it's saying.
That's what you get, man.
Oh, we don't need to watch that one. This one I thought this is so
this is
frustrating
so
to me.
crazy.
Oh, I see.
A Siberian tiger in China,
I mean, this is nuts.
and this is a farmer.
This,
Jesus.
That guy's so lucky that thing didn't break.
could've
But
jumped
check him
over
out here,
that.
Brent. This is what's so frustrating after you see the whole video.
This is after.
No. So you'll see. This is a full
That
video.
tiger is ginormous.
Yeah, dude. And it's weird that he didn't jump over.
Why is he
actually
not
just went
running
through.
faster?
That's frustrating, right?
I would already be inside.
Yeah, I'd be done. I'd be out.
I'm surprised he didn't jump over and eat him.
And then look at
Probably
this.
so malnourished.
Instead of going into the house, he's just like,
That's a dumb guy.
They don't usually attack.
Well, says who?
Yeah, who told you that?
They don't. They're not.
Odds.
They don't hunt humans. So that's probably.
Well,
so
it
weird.
Yeah,
like
they
he
kill
was very
tons of
frustrated.
humans.
Listen to that thing.
Tigers kill tons of humans.
Wow.
scary.
Yeah, tons.
They wear masks in India.
Yeah,
of
that's
a
in
face
the
in the back.
Sonderbonds. Yeah, different.
We played this on Schaub Show, but this is a Chinese
Do you know about her?
UFC fighter.
Is she a scientist or doctor?
Doctor.
She's a doctor. She can't see very well. Her parents don't know she fights professionally, and she won by head kick KO.
Viral
in
head
China,
kick KO. Yeah.
UFC.
Wow. Hold on. Let me see. Wow.
Well, I don't want to like show the video because we can't show it anyways. But yeah, hold on.
And you're still working as a doctor?
Wow, she's ugly.
I'm a China licensed doctor. I'm actually have a doctor job at daytime. Then I train. I'm just a normal girl.
恭喜你.
谢谢姐姐 Thank you, sister.
You also showed
That's just so
That
bad.
voice
She
sound.
won by head.
I heard Peter Yan. You said looked really
He
good.
looked good. Yeah, 18-month layoff, had knee surgery,
Amazing.
pieced up Figueredo.
Okay.
Okay, so I got one. You guys are talking about steaks and the best steaks you ever had. This
Yeah.
woman in Australia was eating at the Lone Star Rib House
Yeah.
and was cutting open her steak and found maggots in it.
Oh, that's such
That's
a
an
problem.
oversteak.
That's such a problem.
Yeah.
No, that's not good.
Did you see Kevin? What's his name? Kevin, the fighter, Kevin Lee, his brother who does the
Keith.
food.
Yeah,
Keith
Keith Lee.
Lee. He ate a piece of sushi, and multiple people that ate the same time. He's eating sushi. He had to go back and look at the video. As he's eating the sushi, you see like a
Worm?
worm or something on it. He eats and got super sick. And
Yeah.
the restaurant had to get shut down.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
swordfish.
Well,
That's
good.
why I don't
Yeah,
eat
they're not
swordfish.
swordfish.
I don't
but you'll
need. I don't really like raw oysters because they could have big worms in them.
that
But if
true?
you take a big, you could look it up online. It's
Why
fucking
did you?
crazy.
Why did you tell me
Yeah,
that?
you
I
want to
love
have worms
oysters.
or not have worms? If you take lemon and douse everything with lemon, it kills a lot of that stuff.
Oh wow.
I do. I put hot sauce, lemon, horseradish,
Okay.
vinegar.
That's a maggot. Is there a video?
You can eat it.
I don't think so.
You'd get sick though, yeah.
No, not necessarily.
So this fitness influencer apparently could not wait for the flight to land and just got up in the middle of the hallway, like what is this called? Like runway? What I don't know what it's called. Aisle. And is doing her workout routine.
Depends how hot she is.
Okay, come on, guys.
I mean, this
Well,
is
she's a warlock.
This is her
Oh
doing.
wow. She just wants attention.
How long is the flight?
Yeah, is she flying from like Dubai?
Does that say
Long
30?
haul flight by turning the aisle into a personal jet.
Does that say 35 hours?
I appreciate
what
it.
language
Okay,
is
but
that?
scroll down and look at her. Scroll down. Keep going. She's on
Oh, she's well. There you
Yeah,
go.
she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. That's what
It's
it takes.
already so cramped in that aisle, you guys.
Okay,
Come
that's
on.
what it takes. and
There's
that's
a
what
lot of
it takes.
room. People probably sleeping. She's trying to get blood flowing. Didn't want to get stagnant.
That's it. I've done that. I've actually done that.
Yeah, I get up and stretch my legs.
Yeah, it's hard on a long flight. I'm too big for that
I
shit.
can't stand it.
People are mad at her.
Yeah, people were upset.
Well, that's because they're fat and they're out of shape. So they can go
Right.
fuck off. I think there should be more of that on planes. I said it.
Hot chicks just get passes for stuff. It's- you got
can
it.
do no wrong. What? Doing what?
Okay.
She's ugly. Hey, sit down, please. I'm trying to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my last one. So this guy who made millions of dollars in Bitcoin has started to hide these $2 million or like a total of $2 million treasure chests all around the United States. They don't have money in them, but they have things like Michael Jordan's 1986 rookie
That's
card
sick.
and all these other gold artifacts, and they're all over. And he's like told everyone, he put out a book. If you scroll down, it's called There's Treasure Inside, that tells people where to find these. They're not hidden or buried. They're all like, I think 6 miles from a main road.
That's cool.
And he's like, anybody can find it.
It's
Just go
good
get 'em.
marketing.
Oh my God, I love
It's
that.
expensive marketing, but yeah, it's cool.
3 miles of a public road. Yeah. And he's like, I started it because during COVID I was really bored, and then I thought the idea would be fun. And it literally has like artifacts in the box, things that he's purchased.
Damn,
That's pretty
So-
cool.
that is really cool.
Go to the one I sent you. Because Elon said he's going to buy MSNBC maybe or CNN. And Rogan said he'd take Rachel Maddow's spot.
I love it.
See
so
Rachel
much.
Maddow crying over Elon's meme?
No.
Crying on air.
What?
The world is so awesome.
I got to
right
see
now.
that. I know it is. Hold on. Joe Rogan announced that he would be interested in taking over Rachel Maddow's role if Elon Musk buys MSNBC. Statement follows Elon Musk suggesting that he is considering purchasing MSNBC after Comcast reveals plans to put the network up for sale. Look, Rachel Maddow's a nasty person. She may be crying, but she's been very nasty and very untruthful. And there's a reason people
Go to her
dislike
crying over the Elon Musk meme. Because Elon Musk, that's a pretty funny meme. She starts crying on
Who's this chick?
Rachel Maddow.
Well, she's taking a lot of shit. And she also realizes that, I'm sorry, ready for this, guys?
Well, her ratings are so low, they cut her salary by $5 million.
MSNBC's ratings are down 5 million. 80%. They're down 80%. And let me tell you something. They're not only are they down 80%.
Is that Mark Cuban?
The only reason they were making money was because of the cable carriage fees.
Correct.
They don't make money from advertising. The advertisers are all pulling out. And now those cable carriage fees are all going to go away. So it's like you guys took everything out of context. You were full of shit.
Brian. Watch this.
And you guys were the leading cause of misinformation.
That's a
So
chick?
fuck off.
Yeah, that's her. It's a chick.
AG, dude.
She's
To at least 3
dangerous meme. Have you seen the meme?
put up the graphic of this.
Elon Musk trying not to buy.
Wait, what is that?
It's him as Jesus with a hot chick and the MSNBC logo on her ass.
It's a famous meme, like he's praying not to like smash.
Wait, why is she crying about that?
Yeah, because he's gonna buy the network and fire her, and Rogan's gonna replace her.
Oh, I would keep her.
And now she's crying.
I'd force her to work. I'll buy it, but she has to work.
And
here.
now she's crying.
And not
she has to go
push
back and
fake
apologize
news.
for years.
Has to
But-
apologize
but-
and push right
don't
news.
don't take things out of context. You know he didn't say there are fine people on both sides. That you know that's not the last thing. That's what he said. He said I condemn those the neo-Nazis and white nationalists utterly. That's what he said.
Oh, wait,
you guys
hold on,
never
hold on,
said that.
hold
So
on.
fuck off.
Yeah, you're too mad, right?
But of course I'm mad because they peddle
Ruined
in
the segment, right?
misinformation. Dude.
Yeah, I know. Look at this though. It's fake. Look. This video has been altered. This is originally Maddow's reaction to certain immigration policies under the Trump administration.
Oh, Jesus.
That would make more sense. Yeah.
They gamed us.
Wait, is that X correcting the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's funny though they put it
such
there.
shitheads. All right.
She is unattractive.
Dude.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
have a
she's
problem with
tough.
any of that. I don't want to make fun of how somebody looks. I'm talking about,
Nah, fuck her though.
Yeah.
you know.
No,
Yeah.
all's off with her.
Yeah,
You
as
talk all
the
that
CEO
shit.
of Toehold, I say she's ugly.
Yeah. I think most people say that.
Guys, I'll see you at Wise Guys Comedy Club this Friday, Saturday. I'm so excited.
Oh, why is it have to be fun for
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
dude, Salt Lake City.
You always do that.
Yep, spending time with my family. They're going to be there. Wise Guys Comedy Club, Salt Lake City. I'll see you there Friday, Saturday. Come get some. And then I got Magooby's Joke House, Timonium,
That's a great one, too.
Maryland.
I love
Yep,
Magooby's.
December 6 and 7. That's going to be great. And I got Denver, Colorado, Comedy Works, December 12, 13, 14. Come get some.
You're all over the road. Dark Horse for Drive Fast All Gas. It is our Black Friday. The Blackest Friday started early. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, 50-time bonus entries for every dollar spent. We just dropped new merch. We got this tree camo. We got my favorite sweatshirt on there. We got all sorts of new stuff. It's the best merch we've ever done. DriveFastAllGas.com. And I will drop this Mustang off for Christmas at your house. My thick ass is going to drop it off to you guys. And any merch you order will get delivered before Christmas. So it's the perfect gift. DriveFastAllGas.com. AG, what do you got? Toehold?
ShopToehold.com. Check us out on our Instagram. Shoot us a message and tell us that you heard the podcast. And TOE_HOLD.
All right, guys. Love you. This is Fire and Kid. We're out.